what's up everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Resident Roleplay. This is a show where a group of friends and I get together and play homebrewed tabletop RPG set in the world of Resident Evil. I'm your host and GM, Raphael. Welcome back, everybody.
Oh,
hello.
Now, we're just starting at a bit of a weird time here. Also,
everything's weird.
I know, everything
everything
is weird about this. Everything. Yeah, so unfortunately, we had some scheduling conflicts come up, with me in particular. I had something going on Friday evening that I had to be a part of, but so we pushed it to today. We didn't want to delay to next week, since that's Avengers Endgame weekend. We wanted to have that time clear, make sure we had that day off, because that's kind of important for some of us lifelong Marvel Comics nerds. But yeah, so we figured, and also to maintain the pacings, since we left off on a bit of a cliffhanger last time. So yeah, streaming on a Saturday. It's also 420 apparently.
Hey, pause for the cause.
Completely by design. Also, there's a bit of an issue here where it does not seem like OBS is picking up my display capture, and so you guys are not showing up on the screen.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so that's kind of weird. Can we fix that?
We are a mystery.
Dang it, OBS.
Yeah, it's actually not giving me the option here.
Doc's nameplate is higher than the rest of ours.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
Snap.
I am above y'all. By like 5 pixels. It's enough for me. I'm still top of the mountain.
Well, shoot, man, that might actually be a bit of a problem, because
can you not get it back?
No, yeah, I can't get it back. I might have to restart OBS or something, because
we're
going to want to have visuals on this episode, because yeah, that affects the map and everything. I can't show that either.
Oh right, yeah, because none of your desktop. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not giving me the option to switch the input on it. So,
technicality difficulties.
This might be a technical difficulty that requires a restart. Stand by.
Yeah.
We'll be back in just a second, and hopefully to start. But yeah, we're back. So, that being said, this episode is looking primed to be the finale of the arc. So, are you guys ready for this? Yeah, I mean, if not, hey!
Oh.
Thank you very much, Lisa, for the renewed subscription. Here's the tech trouble, yeah. Just in time, you have returned for. But yeah, so, I mean, if it's not the finale, then that's probably something you guys did, but nonetheless, are we ready to proceed into these events here? Am I ready to proceed?
Are we? Yeah, it's all up to you guys.
So, previously on Resident Roleplay, for the past 13 hours, your party has been trapped on the estate of the Feliciano crime family. Having learned that the members of this famed syndicate are now infected with a parasite known as the Plaga, you fought against them as they attempted to kill or capture each of you. At the end of a battle against Antonio Marconi, the family's consigliere, you managed to signal for help, prompting police and BSA forces to besiege the estate. But this came at a great cost. Arkea was killed in the fray, while Chauncey and Emile were captured. And due to unforeseen red tape, the BSAA and police forces were kept from proceeding onto the property. However, the rogue Foxtrot soldier, Pistol Grip Pete, disregarded those restrictions and went in on his own, hoping to rescue his captain, Chauncey. Meanwhile, the CIA agent that you now know as Mr. G, who had been monitoring the premise, also entered with a mission of his own. Katara, Pete, and Mr. G eventually convened and together broke into a safe within the mansion, which held some expensive items and sensitive documents. You then proceeded to rescue Chauncey from captivity, and with Chauncey you also found his sister Cambria, who had gone missing while looking into their family history, as well as a civilian medic named Sarah Black, who had gotten caught up in all of this somehow. After that, Cambria revealed to you that she was infected with the plaga and could turn as early as the next morning. Resolving to search the estate for the hidden laboratory with the hopes of finding a cure, you sent Pete off to escort Sarah to safety. But as Chauncey and Cambria recovered their gear, you encountered one Leonardo Bellucci, the family's underboss. Chauncey revealed Leonardo to be his long-lost father before proceeding to shoot him, prompting a transformation that your combined efforts barely managed to defeat. In the aftermath, beaten and bruised, you sent Cambria off to safety and searched for the laboratory, which you located and infiltrated shortly thereafter. Inside, you killed some guards, fought a regenerator, and freed a captive scientist named Annabelle Campbell, who promised to help you defeat Don Feliciano if you helped her escape. In the communications room, you had a brief video conversation with Elliot Walker himself, the mastermind behind the Manifold, whom you threatened and who threatened you in kind. He seemed to know a great wealth of information. Yeah, as Mr. G called him, the, socially awkward nerd. But he seemed to know a great wealth of information about just about everything. And in addition to holding some secrets which he hinted about but didn't quite divulge. Later on in the security room, you found tapes of Emil's interrogation. In the recording, you discovered that Emil was set up and betrayed by his old army friend, Scott Muller, who it seems is now a soldier for the Manifold and quite high up in the ranks, possibly. Scott seemed to be fixated on immortality for himself and his compatriots, but Emil promised that only he could deliver such a feat. And that was actually the last you saw of Emil. You have not found him anywhere on the premise, and you have not seen anything else of him. But in these labs, you also found a machine capable of removing the plaga from a host, and after an encounter with Chauncey, where he seemed to have lost control of himself, you have found that he too is infected. But this machine lacked a power source, which you suspect to be held by Don Feliciano himself. But upon this realization, you heard alarms sound throughout the facility, as the self-destruct system has been activated. So, that's where we left off.
Run!
So, you're currently in the second laboratory chamber with that kind of operating table at the center. There are red lights flashing around you as a voice on the intercom proclaims, "Self-destruct system has been activated. Facility detonation in T-minus 15 minutes."
Really quick, the chair that had that in this room, could that fit in someone's inventory?
No, it is. Well, first of all, it's bolted to the ground, so it's like a bit of a operating table sort of situation. It's a part of the facilities here.
All right. Well, we need to figure out. Wait. Hold on. Where are we right now? You're in that room.
Yeah, you're in that
and then
second
there's the
chamber.
Regenerator room. So there's a second chamber. The first chamber has the regenerators.
And then it goes out to the hall.
Yeah. Who has the blue or the red key? I have the blue key.
That would be me. Still.
Okay.
I had to scroll down. I'm sorry.
All right. We
So what do
need
you
to
guys
move.
do?
But the only thing we can do is get to the hangar.
Oh man.
Was there anything else to be found here in these labs?
You guys scavenged them pretty thoroughly last time. You found just about all there is to find that's of use.
Yeah, the only thing we didn't end up doing was there were 3 herbs that didn't get combined.
Wait, we have
and yeah, a green, blue, and a red. And yeah,
green, blue, and red.
Yep. I was
the
gonna
red.
have.
Yeah.
So I was gonna have her go through and try to combine 3, and then I remembered we only have like 15 minutes, and that takes 3 minutes. So probably just a green and red mix.
Okay. Yeah. So you could pretty quickly get the green and red combined together.
So anybody who has the room to hold on to that, or does
I'll hold on to the green red.
Yeah, green red.
All right.
Yeah,
There's also-
I don't have any more space.
Does her name's Annabelle, right?
Yeah.
Annabelle. Yeah. So does she have any room for anything like for the blue herb? Maybe. I don't know.
All right. If you like, I can hold on to that. But we better get moving if you want to have any chance of using this table anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's start heading. Start heading out.
It was missing a power component.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's just like get a freaking jet engine and hook it up.
Like I said, the power component is quite specialized. I don't think you can get any old thing.
Looking at the component part or the component whole, Chauncey's engine isn't gonna work, right?
No. Because his car battery, you mean, that you found last time? Yeah, that's like
That's
kind
what it
of
was, the battery.
yeah,
the battery.
box-like, and this is kind of like this round hole that's a great deal smaller than that.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, it's almost like the size of a softball. This hole.
I guess my thought process on it was like if there was a way to like rig it and hook it up to the interior, where kind of like how you hook up, like, you know, you can take a car
Just jump
battery and then jump it to another one. Like
Like I have an old battery in my garage in real life hooked up to a stereo, so I can just bang out some beats while I'm in there. But it's like a car radio and everything all wired up to it.
Yeah, just that was the initial thought that was there the first time, and then she was like, "It's a specific thing," and I'm like, oh,
We need to check the hangar at least because that's the only other place we're going, and I know we're not going down.
Where did we
Yeah.
see the? It was in the security room that we seen the cameras and we seen like people on different floors, right?
Yep.
There was only the one below us, I think.
Yeah, there was
Right?
just the lounge room in the floor below you guys, and that was the only other floor.
So running down the hall to that double card reader door.
So you guys
What-
run
does it
back
say
out.
Anything above it?
It doesn't have any labeling above it, but it just has those two card readers on either side. But you are at this point running out of the labs and just heading back down the hall towards that.
Yeah, we're going to the
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
I believe
yeah.
is the hangar.
Yeah, as you guys
Can I
head out, you
take
do
a-
hear like the elevator running and like it coming up as you guys pass by it.
That's what I was wondering. I was just going to ask about the elevator. Does it have like the numbers of how many floors you could go up and down and where it currently is?
It doesn't have that on. Doesn't seem to have that on the outside. No.
Okay.
When we're sufficiently around the bend, so like we got into the hallway, we go around the bend, right? Once we're sufficiently around, I'm just gonna like activate my phone and open the regenerator cases.
All right. Yeah. So
Also, be aware that there's a bear trap in front of.
Oh, that's right. That's
door.
right. I forgot about that. So yeah, you guys are
There's
running
a
around.
bear
You
trap
see
in front of the
you
elevator
hear the
door.
elevator coming up, and you just quickly dart around the corner. You activate your mechanism, and you hear as you guys are heading down the hall, just like the elevator doors opening behind you. You hear a bunch of guys just like, "Hey, come on, we need to get out of here. Hey, be sure to kill any of those intruders if we see them along the way. We got orders for that." Before, and then you also hear a couple of other doors opening, and this sort of familiar panting sound of just like heavy breathing and just like from some regenerators before you hear a lot more screaming and just a cacophony of gunfire and what sounds like a few people in great deals of pain, as there seems to be some sort of combat going on back there as you guys are on your way out.
There you go. 2 regenerators, a lot easier than 7 Ganado.
So you guys are,
All right.
so you guys are now ran down the hall. You're at the double doors. What are you doing?
My blue's going in.
Okay, so you guys like get on
Alright,
either
go
side
ahead.
of the door and just like Mr. G swipes the blue, Chauncey swipes the red, and simultaneously as you guys swipe them, you just hear the tung as the door unlocks itself, and you are able to enter into the hangar. So,
Is this the last need of the red card?
yes, it is. You do not seem to have
Okay,
any
I'm
more
just-
need of these.
Yeah, we have opened every door now.
Yeah,
I just kind of like
Because I think we've seen
flop
all
it
of
on the
this.
ground at that reader. I'm just like, here, flop.
yeah, you just swipe and flop,
know where it's at.
and
Yep.
Okay.
you pushing on through the door.
Pushing on through to the other side.
All right, so you enter past these heavy-duty metal doors and into a spacious, well-lit hangar with gray concrete floors stretching the long distance across. And the ceiling, you looking up, is about like 50 feet above. And there are a number of cargo crates strewn throughout, and 2 transport helicopters are parked side by side on the far end. And behind them, on the far wall, is another door. But in front of all that, you do see, as you observed on the surveillance cameras earlier while you were in the security room, you see a crowd of about 10 Ganados standing guard around here, who now all look to the doors as they open up, especially as all this commotion of the alarm is going off. And you see behind them,
Hey,
stepping up to the open doors of this sort of dark utility helicopter, you see one Don Feliciano, and he kind of looks over to you guys as you enter in, and he's just like, too little, too late, my friends. And he motions to the other guards around him. He's just like, take care of them. And he walks onto the helicopter, and the rotors begin to spin as the other Ganados that you see surrounding it, their eyes just like all look to you guys, and you see that their eyes are kind of glowing red, which you might have noticed subtly in some of the various thugs that you fought over the course of this adventure at different times, but it comes and goes. But you see all of these guys just set their sights on you.
so really quick, knowing that there was going to be a whole bunch of people out there, right? As soon as the door opens, could I just have popped one?
All right, so go ahead and make an attack roll.
Are they all like crowded up together?
So they're like kind of in clumps. There's like a group of like 2 or 3 together, then a group of 3 or 4, and then like another group of 3 somewhere off to the side. So there are a couple of clumps.
How close are those helicopters together?
Yeah, we need at least one.
The helicopters are about like 20, 30 feet apart.
Good. I'm shooting a rocket at it, or a grenade launcher at it.
I was like, where do we get a rocket launcher?
Yeah. So
Surprise!
all right. So you're targeting the one that
Don
the
got
Don,
in.
yeah, the Don just waltzed into. So yeah, while he's getting to that, you thump, Mr. G takes the shot, and so roll your attack. But
So just
since
really
it's
quick,
still-
is
yeah.
this like, because I want this because of the way that events happen, there's not a lot of opportunity to get in surprise round attacks. So as soon as there's a crack in the door, he's shooting through to hit somebody, right? Because I already know that there's people there, and
Yeah.
I want to at least take out one of them before we even walk in, before
Gotcha.
they know what's happening. Like they
Gotcha.
look to the door,
Okay.
and then there's the
Gotcha.
before the door is even
No.
fully opened.
Knowing that there's also guys in here, I would have put my goggles down too. So I'm infrared right now.
Okay, gotcha.
Do I need to roll damage if I hit because it auto crits and it's a lot of damage?
Go ahead and roll it, and I'll let you know what happens.
Okay. This is headshot. If everything's a headshot.
Yeah, so you're on auto headshot right now, just like always a headshot
Yeah,
unless
what is-
otherwise specified.
Yeah, it's -5, right? Okay, that's actually 4. Wow. Okay.
Well,
I
was
auto crit
that?
anyways.
No, I was gonna say.
Didn't.
Well, what was that with advantage?
Yeah. 20 and 3.
What was the advantage from?
Surprise round.
Well, it's not exactly
hidden.
a surprise
That's what.
round
That's
right
what
now.
I'm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. Okay. That's why I'm asking, because the way that events go on, there was this whole cutscene.
Uh-huh.
But I would have fired before any of that happened. It would have been.
But
slip.
even in that circumstance, they're like on
My first roll was
high
20
alert
anyways.
right now. Yeah. So we'll take the natural 20. But yeah. So yeah, you and first guy just go, and as he goes down, they all like see that first, and then the Don says his line and looks at you and orders the rest of them to take you guys out.
Or Billy. Go.
Mario.
So you fire your grenade round at the helicopter. I'll say at this point, since it's not taken off yet, it doesn't get to make a save. So go ahead and just roll the damage for that.
16.
All right. So you fire that round at it, and this is just a regular explosive round?
Yep, regular explosive.
Okay. Yeah. So you fire it at the helicopter, and the explosion goes off, and you see like a chunk of the metal just fly off of it. Being basically the equivalent of a construct, it does seem to be quite susceptible to this kind of damage. But anybody else doing anything in this quick round of combat that you guys have?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. So
Not gonna start shooting.
Wait, what?
Not gonna start shooting.
Well, I don't think I can really get the perception on these guys. I don't know how far away they are from me. I want to
they're
be as
about
accurate as humanly possible.
they're about say yeah, they're about 40 feet away from you at this point. But I mean, you could quickly like run in and like run and gun as you're going in.
All right, I'll run in, but I'm a flip to the assault rifle while I'm running in, because I can do that.
All right.
And I'm a pop. I'm gonna shoot 2 different people.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Let's go headshot. Forget it. 2 headshots.
All right, that hits.
Yeah. And I'm gonna roll the other attack too, real quick.
Yep.
13.
Okay. So, hold up. Yeah, so you fire off a couple of shots with your AR and just one of the guys goes and goes down. The other one splatters. You splatter his head wide open, and out of it comes a sort of a Plaga creature with this like snapping maw.
Ooh. And is there any kind of like boxes or crates in this hangar area that I could like kind of like slide to cover?
Yeah, what's the environment look like? to get
Yeah,
behind
there
if we need to?
are some like I said, large cargo crates that are just kind of lying around, so you can find cover pretty easy. Yeah, they'll provide about half cover.
Oh, action hero slide.
All right, you action hero slide into cover, as the others are beginning to take aim. Actually, Dr. Campbell is also with you guys, and seeing you guys run into the action, she's just gonna kind of move off to the side, and yeah, she's gonna throw down like this canister that she had constructed in the laboratory earlier, and you see her roll it across the floor towards one of the groups of about 3 of them, and this just like spray of gray gas just emanates out of it, and you see those 3 just begin like just coughing and wheezing, and Yeah, none of them mutate. So, like, those 3 guys just, like, collapse down, unconscious. But, there are about, 5 of them remaining, including the one that kind of has a plaga coming out of his head. And they are all going to start, taking shots at you guys. So, seeing, well, Chauncey looks like a pretty big threat, so they're gonna take a couple of shots at you, and but you're in cover. So,
I'm gonna try to hide behind the crates too.
Okay, you're hiding behind a crate as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
that's
guys are all
a good
kind
idea.
Well, not cover. I'm hiding. I
okay.
want to try to bonus action hide.
Stealth check.
What's the cover bonus?
+2 AC.
2.
Then no.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, it wouldn't even have mattered anyway. So
Yeah, yeah. I think the 20 would have hit if not for the cover.
Yeah.
So, Mr. G, you run over and try to hide behind the crates, but unfortunately, they seem to catch notice of you while you're in there, and one of them, or at least one of them, tries to take a shot at you in your cover. It's a 19.
Ooh, even with a cover bonus, that hits.
Ooh. So you take a quick 2 points of piercing damage as he kind of like shoots your foot
Reduce
sticking
it
out
to
of the
1.
cover. Oh, are you using reaction?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, how many are gonna shoot at me?
Just
Do
one.
I see how many? Okay, yeah, reduce that to 1.
And
Serious?
another
Like a burn.
Let's see. Yeah, so there's still one more with a gun, and he's going to take a shot at Katara with a handgun. That's a 14 to hit. So nope. So he's just like, but you just like run over towards that cover and manage to evade the fire. The one with the plaga sticking out of its face is going to use its movement to run up to Chauncey, and it is going to attempt to take a bite at you. So this is going to this is a melee attack, so you don't get cover benefits. So you see its like neck kind of elongate and just like snap at you, but with a 12 to hit, unfortunately, it doesn't find any purchase. But you guys now have a chance to retaliate. At this point, after that whole instance took place, the helicopter, it seems, like I said, pretty damaged, but the helicopter blades are still spinning and it's beginning to take off. And you see above you what looks to be the hangar roof, just like 50 feet above, starts splitting in two and receding to reveal the night sky overhead as dirt and leaves pour into the chamber like rain.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fire at it again.
All right, taking another shot at the helicopter.
Yep.
How?
Yeah, it's 9. It's alright.
I mean, it doubled. So
Yeah, that's what it's like. It's alright.
Yeah. So yeah, you fire another round. This time it's starting to get like a little bit of lift, and so your like round kind of goes off a little bit, but you hit the ground and the shrapnel heads up towards it, and you seem to do more damage than you were expecting. But after this round, it's going to take flight, and I'll start having the pilot make mobility saves.
Can I shoot this plaga that's right at me, and then shoot at the pilot?
I was gonna ask if I can get around to get a view of the pilot as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll take some movement to get a view of the pilot because it's going up and starting to rotate a bit. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so he's probably obscured from your guys' current position, but with enough movement, I would say with 60 feet of movement, you could get into a position where you could.
Yeah,
you
like
could
if
see
I
him.
need to, just like go around the outside and just like skirt around the edges until I can get around, and then take a shot through the window.
Okay.
All right. Then I'll just take care of the Ganados here. I'm gonna shoot the one that's like currently trying to bite me, and then just pick another one that's close, and then I'm gonna try to progress forward between boxes for cover into more of a group of them if I could.
All right. So, so right now you're just taking your first shot against the one that's immediately attacking you.
Yep. Headshot. Oh.
No, unfortunately not. Yeah, I think with that weapon you jam as well. So you attempt to fire at it, but like it knocks your barrel aside and your shell gets caught in the feed as well.
I'm gonna hit it in the face. Just like offhand punch it in the face.
All right.
Just like,
Go ahead, make a. Is this an unarmed melee attack?
actually, no. We're gonna use the gun
All
as a
right.
blunt weapons attack. That's better.
Yeah. Get your proficiency in there.
Yeah, exactly. No, efficiency plus strength.
He's punching a Ganado, and Mr. G is just woofing it around the hangar.
Yeah. So 15 hits as
15.
you like take the stock of your weapon and just bat it right across the big sort of parasitic maw. And as you do, you just twist its neck around, and it goes to the ground limp. And this parasite on top of the humanoid head just splatters.
Now I can unjam my weapon for free action, right?
No, it requires an action to unjam unless you have special features that say otherwise. You could reload as a bonus action.
Oh, okay, it's reload as a bonus action. All right, yeah, that's
I
fine.
think higher levels gun fu you can.
Yeah, I think that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking too.
yeah,
'Cause I think
yeah.
I can do it with Pete, but I can't do it with him. That's fine. I'll proceed to. Still moving forward now. So I'm still gonna go forward towards a bigger group, but I'm like starting the next round. I'm gonna unjam my gun.
Gotcha. So, and yeah, so you could you get around and cut across the hangar and get a view on the pilot. I'll say, being in the cockpit, he has quite a bit of cover. But go ahead.
Yeah, this is not going to be a headshot. This is going to be
straight roll.
just a straight. I just need to hit him, just so I can get him to at least like bank off to the side. 26 with the rifle.
All right, yeah,
Through the window.
That hits. I'll say for this gentleman, why don't you go ahead and roll for damage?
Yeah, because this is going to be a little bit of a. I don't think this guy's a minion. So this was not headshot. I don't have sneak attack for any reason for him, right?
No, I do not believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause-
nobody's
yeah,
nobody's
this
in
is
5
just
feet
a
of
regular
him.
ass.
Yeah,
regular ass
So it's
attack.
gonna be a regular roll.
20.
Ooh. So your bullet just through the window, and you see a splatter of blood just like go against the glass, and you see the pilot squirming a little bit in there. He seems quite hurt, but it doesn't seem like it's quite a fatal wound just yet. So the
Could I
chopper's continuing to get lift.
But could I disrupt his concentration?
You know what? Let me. I'll do this traditionally. Then we'll make this a concentration check to see if he.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
staggers.
could I at least have with that shot give him advantage for the save to save against the next grenade round attack? So that I'm
Yeah, sure.
or could I have timed this so that when she fires, I'm distracting him so he can't dodge.
Okay, sure. Yeah, for the next time
That's
she
like-
fires.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll allow it. So. Yeah, because you put a hit in on him, he's going to be at disadvantage for the next save he makes against an explosive round for maneuvering. So
This because the chopper needs to go down quickly.
And as this is all going on, Dr. Campbell is going to run up closer to one of the Ganados, and she's going to pull out this spray canister and just try to flame spray him. Let's quickly... which hits, and he just gets lit up and just like... And yeah, he is down for the count. Yeah, now there's only 3 of these guys left, and they are going to continue taking shots at all of you. I'm going to say, what position was Chauncey still in at the end of that last one? Is he still in cover?
I was moving amongst the boxes.
Okay,
and
yeah,
getting
so you
as
just
close as I can.
So
to
you're
them.
moving up, but from cover to cover.
Yeah, like just sliding around. Just all you see is this head bob and then slide, head bob and slide. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah. So, so you're continuing to move forward, and they are going to take a couple shots at you. I'll still say you're maintaining cover. So 2 of them are going to take shots at you, which is a miss and a miss.
These guys are pretty bad.
With Mr. G out in the open, though, they're going to take a shot at you as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty out in the open now.
It's 15.
That does not hit.
Ooh. So, yeah, they take their shot, but, like, it's just scattering across the floor around you and hitting the cover that Chauncey is behind. But at the end of this, the helicopter is going to continue to get some lift and proceed moving up and out of the hangar. It's still within view at this point, but I'll say it's kind of gotten up past the ground level at this point. And the pilot is able to start maneuvering. But back around to you guys. What are you guys doing?
Floop.
So I'll make his
There we go.
roll with disadvantage.
You got a hole in his chest.
Oof,
Oh, man.
Wow.
That's a 16.
Yeah,
does that save against
that-
your tool save?
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll
So
take
it's-
18 total. So you seeing the round coming, he's just like, you see it bank a little bit off to the side before, and it kind of explodes like flak in the air. But it now looks pretty heavily damaged. You see some like smoke just like coming out of the engines, but it is still moving along. But there is still one helicopter down here.
With the chopper that is being as injured as it is it still moving at full speed?
I'll say it's like slightly slowed, but not heavily impaired. Yeah.
Okay. But it's at like by the time we're gonna get another round of attacks on it, it's gonna be out of reach.
Yeah. At this rate, the next time it moves,
Okay.
it would like move out of your sight. But what are you guys doing?
All right. G's is taking aim at it, seeing it leave, and he's just gonna like yell back to the others who are now on the opposite side of the hangar. Just like, get to the chopper. We need to follow him.
You're the only one that I know that can fly a chopper. You get to the chopper. And
Oh, I'm running, but I'm telling you guys to get. I'm headed to the, telling you guys to get in, and I'm going for this pilot, the cockpit.
Yeah, and you guys see like this. The helicopters aren't, these aren't combat helicopters. They're just transports, so they don't have any weapons or anything on them.
We have the weapon with us.
Okay, so Katara with her movement is just gonna start heading for that chopper then.
All right. So, yeah, you start heading towards the chopper. I would say with your crazy movement, you could get there in no time. Same with Mr. G.
Yeah, especially if I do my full just action bonus, and action and bonus. That's like 100 and no, that's 90 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So to get to the chopper and get in the cockpit,
Yeah. And
start the pre-flight.
yeah. So you could get in there and with your action on this turn. Just start like tick, 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 flicking all the switches, getting your pre-flight procedure going, getting this helicopter up and running, and getting the rotors started. So, Mr. G's in the cockpit. I think Dr. Campbell hearing this is gonna try and follow suit. So she just like is just gonna flame one last guy and start running for it. So yeah, she hits that guy, but he she flames him and is just like, "Argh!" And then head explodes and out comes actually one of those little crawling creatures.
Oh,
It comes out of
Freaking annoying
his head.
things.
Yeah. Still attached to his body, this one, but like it's just flailing around there. But yeah, she's gonna start making her way towards the chopper.
and I'm going to unjam my gun,
All right.
and then I'm going to shoot another one.
Okay. Yeah, technically that would be an action, but I'll say all of this is kind of happening at a pretty fast pace. I'll allow you to take a shot on this turn
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
yeah. That's right. I don't get 2 actions. I get 2 attacks.
Yeah.
If you're going to allow it, I'll do it. If not, I'm fine with that. I totally didn't even think about it.
Given the pace, I'll allow it in this circumstance as you're running and gunning. I'll say you can do it, but the next attack against you would have gotten advantage. So because you'll like leave yourself kind of open while
because now I'm gonna be running towards the helicopter.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not taking cover now either.
Mm-hmm.
So
true. So yeah, that hits, and that was just against one of the regular thugs.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you hit one of them and shoot them down. Wow, this one also gets mutated, and just like his head splits open, and another one of the similar breed of the one that just mutated pops up. But yeah, one of them is the last one standing is going to take the last one, or at least the last humanoid one standing, is going to take a shot at you with its Glock. As you're running along with the advantage because of your extra action, which still doesn't help him. The other
just
two
hear bullets whizzing.
Yeah. And the other two are going to kind of run up closer to you and try and get within 20 feet, and they are going to start spitting acid at you out of their maws. So that's a 13 and a 20.
That just hits.
All right. So from that second attack, you take 4 points of acid damage.
Okay.
As you're running along.
Now, are they in front of me? Like, did they just like try to corner me, like flank me in the front?
I mean, like you're like running off to the side, and they're kind of behind you, giving chase.
Oh, okay. Where's everybody else at? Are we starting the next battle round?
Yeah,
I pre-checked the chopper. I'm getting ready to fly.
Yeah, so the chopper is now flight ready. Katara's in the chopper. G's in the chopper. At this round, like Dr. Campbell's gonna get in the chopper. So
I'm gonna backpedal and I'm gonna pop these two little acid spitters here.
So that hits.
Oof.
And that doesn't hit. But so one of them you pop
the hell
and just
out of the ground though.
No, yeah, one of them you just like just splatter that thing to bits with a couple of rounds. The other one, less so. But
so in the chopper, I'm just gonna reload my launcher.
Gotcha. So you start reloading that, and at this point, if you're kind of looking overhead out of the cockpit. Or out of the side door, you could see the chopper that the Dawn was on just disappear overhead as it starts heading out in a direction. Looks like it's heading kind of northward. So, what are the rest of you doing, though?
Getting this bird in the air.
Is Chauncey getting in the chopper?
I'm gonna try to make it there, yeah.
No, yeah, I'll say given you got like most of the way the last round, and then you could go the rest of the way during this round. So, yeah, what?
I'm gonna soldier like hang on to the side of the chopper. Like I'm not getting in the chopper.
Oh, I see. So you're
on that rail.
Yeah. So you're
holding onto a bar. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like standing on that rail and just like hanging off the side like a gunner. And as Mr. G, at your discretion, if you want to give this thing lift,
we're getting out of here.
So this thing starts firing up, and you guys are now in the air and lifting out of this hangar. And as you're going along, you kind of lift up out of the hangar, and you see the helicopter that the Dawn was in moving across the forest, or above the tree line of the forest. And you guys have the opportunity to give chase. I'll say it's got about like a 50-foot lead on you at this point. But it's
does it?
Yeah.
Okay, shooting it.
Okay,
I'm gonna position myself as best I can to make that feasible for her.
Okay, yeah. I'll say make a quick piloting check for Mr. G. Actually, I was gonna say this can be a mobility piloting check if that helps any.
Okay, so that's 10.
Okay, so 10.
Just enough.
So yeah, so
for
good enough.
A
You
normal
don't,
thing.
Yeah. So you get up. To,
I don't do bad.
Yeah, you don't do terribly. You get up to altitude and make it feasible for Katara to take a shot out the side door. So
Cool. So I'm gonna bonus action. I'm gonna use explosive enhancer on it,
all right. So the pilot.
and then I'm just gonna have her.
Pilot's gonna make his save.
All right, where's my explosive bonus?
A lot.
No, I was like, where is it at? Because like it went missing for a moment.
That's a
Nope.
13. So
Okay.
yeah, that fails. They're gonna take the full damage here.
25.
Here we go. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Which, doubles. So you fire this next shot, and given the positioning that Mr. G has flown you up to, it doesn't get too far over these forests before thump, the grenade travels across the air, and you're now in open territory. You don't have walls to bounce off of or anything, but the pilot fails to maneuver out of the way, and the round, you have to like lead it a little bit, make some quick mental calculations, and effectively manage to place that round so that it lands right in the tail of this helicopter. And there's a massive explosion as more fires start kicking out of the exhaust and the engine of this helicopter. The tail is just like practically broken off and spurting out fire and fuel as this helicopter starts spinning and spiraling downward before it crashes and skids across the forest, taking out a few trees with it, as you see the blades of the helicopter just like breaking against the ground and just making this scar of a dirt path into the forest and making a small clearing in its wake.
So Katara's just like, can we go now?
That's up to Chauncey.
I mean, out of character, he ain't dead.
No, he's not.
But-
But we need to leave.
But we need to go.
But
And-
I'm fairly certain he's got the component.
Yeah, he's got the component. I need
So
that.
that's up to Chauncey.
And, I need my battery.
You left your battery there.
I need to go back. Can you bring me in close to the wreckage?
I can fly you. Well, how many? What's the tree?
Does
What's
it have a
the?
zip line?
Yeah, can I just like airdrop him in?
Oh, like drop a rope?
Yeah,
Yeah,
drop a rope
yeah.
in.
Freaking SWAT.
One of those little ladders or rope ladders or something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll say there is like a maybe 20-foot ladder that you could drop out. That seems to be coiled up in the back.
Okay.
That you guys can throw down and just drop from a little bit of a height without having to touch down with the helicopter.
Yeah, it's not sufficiently, or it is sufficiently above the tree line that I'm not worried about wrecking this chopper.
No, yeah, you've got some decent height, and the
Okay,
trees here aren't incredibly tall.
Okay. So I'll drop them off. I'll stay ready to leave.
Okay, so you're staying kind of airborne.
Yeah, and as long as that rope's tethered to the helicopter, I'm just gonna ride it as it unravels.
Oop. That came in loud. Okay.
That was the action effect. That's the noise effect. Ladder unravels.
Yeah, so for the moment you seem to have, I'll say at this point it's been about, we'll say, 3 minutes in total since the self-destruct system has activated. But you guys seem to have a moment of reprieve as you throw down that ladder and start putting yourselves down to ground level. Dr. Campbell's just sort of like left in the back, kind of wonder what she should do. She's like, but as you guys get down to the ground, you see the wreckage of the helicopter kind of directly ahead of you. I think Dr. Campbell's just inclined to stay aboard the helicopter.
Yeah, probably.
Katara is staying on the helicopter.
Okay, so just Chauncey's going down?
Yep.
And she's got her grenade launcher just kind of aimed down.
Okay,
artillery.
gotcha.
Mhm.
We got a air to surface grenade launcher right now.
We got a Mach AC 130.
Just the ghetto version.
Yes. All we need is Chauncey just to like hang on to the ladder while we fly away, so he's got the guns, like the machine guns.
right. Just drive by, just like. Boom, boom, boom.
This.
So like I've went into blown up things before, so I'm just going right into this helicopter.
Gotcha.
if I've touched ground by now, I'm
Gotcha.
gonna kick around some wreckage and go in.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Okay.
Also,
got
I'm
a
going
new
to
media
have,
player, so I'm just messing around with some things with the playlist,
Oh.
just getting used to it. But yeah, so you're at ground level. You're heading towards the wreckage. What were you saying?
Yeah, I'm going to be carrying my Magnum at the ready.
Okay, gotcha. So you start approaching the smoking wreckage. That it does not look like much might have been able to survive, but as you approach and get closer, like the engine of the whole thing has died down. The helicopter is just in a mound, or not a mound, but just like a crater, just completely inoperable. You approach with your Magnum in hand, taking one step at a time. And as you get closer, you hear as one of the side doors of the helicopter just like get dented. And then after a moment, there's just as the door just goes flying out. And you see one hand come out of the wreckage, and then another, as Don Feliciano, his suit now all tattered and torn, just like crawls out, and is just like, ugh, and slumps out and just like falls out onto the dirt outside, and is just like laying there for a moment, drawing his breath. It's just like, ugh. And he sees you approaching in the distance, and he kind of stands up, and he looks to be have come out of it, I mean, pretty well, all things considered. And you can kind of see just like a spurt of blood seeping out of the cockpit, but like he seems to have recovered pretty well. But as he sees you approaching, he kind of stands to his feet. He's looking around. He's just like, I see how it is.
I'm not gonna answer him, but like, can I use my situational awareness and look like? Can I visually see on his body where that power source may be? Like not as a weapon, but like an item.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
I would say, yeah, part of like spotting concealed carry, you'd be able to tell where, where certain objects might be held on a person. So yeah, I'll say make a perception check with advantage.
Okay. Ooh.
Good thing for advantage.
Oh, that's a lot better. 21.
You like it first of all, he looks all disheveled right now, and his like normally pretty clean slicked back hair is also kind of messed up and ruffled. But you looking over his person, you see his suit again is all sort of tattered and torn, and so there are some like lumps essentially where there normally shouldn't be. But you kind of manage to, with a discerning eye, to gaze past all that and notice one of his pockets, sort of in the inner jacket, sort of near the like a breast pocket, so to speak, seems to have a pretty sizable lump in there, and you get the sense that he's carrying something hefty in there.
Okay.
But he's looking out at you, looking up at the helicopter, and just surveying the situation.
Once I notice that he's like kind of looking around like, wait, why is this way? I'm gonna be like, the tides how the tides have turned. Like, you got me whenever I was at my weakest, I'm gonna get you while you're at yours. And I'm just gonna run up and like kick him in the face. if he's still down, or is he standing up fully?
He's like he's at this point like kind of, I'll say, on one knee, but kind of on his way, standing up.
Okay, yeah. Can I just like run up and give him a straight kick to the jaw? Just like trying to like almost, in my opinion, out of character. I'm thinking that it would not actually stun him, but just give that stun effect. Like, just it's not really damage worthy.
Yeah,
but just something to just
I'll say
you're shoving your boot in his face. It's like it's disrespectful.
Yeah. I'll
and
still
I want to
say,
try to get him away from the orb thing.
I see. So this is sort of just for effect then. But I'll
for
say
effect,
for effect, go ahead and make a attack roll, just an unarmed attack roll.
Okay.
With advantage, since he's kind of below you right now.
That's just straight strength, right?
Yeah, straight strength.
Okay. You said advantage? I don't need it.
Well,
all right.
That is a hard kick.
So his jaw goes away.
Yeah. So you just like
his jaw goes away for effect.
You just waltz up to him, and just like again, in a sort of kick him while they're down moment, you just plant your boot in his face and just kick him to the ground with a bit more force and gusto than perhaps you intended, and you just like. And you almost like dislodge his jaw a bit as you kick his face into the mud below him. And you see him just like right his jaw back into place. And as like a number of just like other wounds seem to seal around him. And he's sort of like, you certainly take after your father.
Nah, I'm not a coward. And then I'm ready for battle.
Well, I see how it is. For a moment, and he sort of starts standing up, and now is just like towering over you at this close proximity. You guys have been quite a pain in my butt this past day. But I take it you're looking here for this. And he like reaches into his inner jacket pocket, and he pulls out this what looks to be a glowing blue orb that is just like in his hand. He's like, yeah, it's the only thing that can power that machine and get that thing out of you. And he like puts it back in his pocket. So it looks like you might be able to talk tough, but I hold the cards here. Now, I've been the Don of the biggest crime syndicate in the Midwest for 25 years. So, I'm not about to get stopped by a couple of no-lives that don't know what they're getting into. You see, you're in the big leagues now. And when you're in the big leagues, you're gonna have to throw down with the best. And at this moment, you see his head kind of shoot back, and his neck just splits open, and out of it comes like this snouted head that just pops out, and it just has like these sharp fangs sticking out of it, and the rest of his body begins to contort and transform, and he grows a great deal larger. And as he begin, you have to like kind of back up to make space for him. And as he does, you see like one hand just kind of mangle, and just this big claw, almost crab-like claw, tears out of it. And a number of tentacles come out of his back, and his suit just like tears apart as this large figure just sort of takes his place. He's covered in like this shell-like skin and this natural armor. A number of eyeballs are kind of protruding out of some of the bits of natural armor plating, with this head that doesn't seem to have any eyes on it at all, with this long, almost animalistic snout coming out. And at this point, I guess we're gonna have you I roll for initiative.
I kind of want to ask the group before I say that, like, it's not going to be in stone, but can I attack it with the antidote dispersal at this moment in time?
I will say as he's transforming, yeah, you could get one action off, and if anybody needs to pre-buff or anything like that, you could do that in the interim. But yeah, I'll say during the transformation, one action can be done.
But now, question to the group: is that a wise move?
I don't.
Any dispersal spray the guy real quick?
The antidote dispersal him, yeah.
If you can get out of the way.
Yeah, if you can like.
Oh yeah, because you
So
would also
out
be
of that.
vulnerable to it.
Yeah. So
let
here's my thought.
let me get you a visual here so you can start making measurements.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So, this is what the lay of the land looks like, and I'll get a helicopter out for you guys.
Yo!
And
That's sick.
another special thanks to Ilo for putting together
That's
this
pretty
boss
good.
art.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, we this was an exciting one that's been a few weeks in the making, and we wanted, like, I specifically wanted on this one to do like kind of collaborate on the design. So this is like the combined design input of both of us, but like she just knocked it out of the ballpark and ran with
Absolutely,
it
she did.
way further than I was expecting it to go, as usual. So continually impressed with everything she does for this show. But yeah, this is Ernesto Feliciano, the Don of the Feliciano crime family. So you guys could get off your action and roll for initiative.
So, guys, am I using this thing on it?
So the thing is, you're gonna need to get away. Like,
Well, here's my
It's big
thought.
though.
Well,
Here's
what's
the
the
thought.
range and
Second.
radius?
let me pull that up real quick. Oh wait, no,
I
you
have
already
it.
have it. Yeah.
Yeah. It is. It can be thrown as an action at a point of your choosing within 30 feet. Characters within the infected with infected status within 20 feet of the point are no longer infected and return to 1 HP.
Yeah, that's if somebody's gone down to necrotic
Yeah,
damage.
Yeah. And then like the monsters in the same radius challenge rating of 2 die immediately. Otherwise, they must be taking a Constitution saving throw. Taking to what? Am I looking at the right one?
12d6 necrotic.
Yeah.
12d6.
So the range
Okay,
is
so
30 feet, and the radius is
Yeah.
20. Was it 20 feet?
yeah, 20 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you could throw it 30 feet away and not hit yourself.
Well, I kind of wanted to. The second you said
Hold
throw down
on.
with the big boys, I wanted to like be like, oh yeah, and like reach in my pocket and then like punch it into his mouth. That's he's for me. Like as like his snout comes out, I just like throw down with the big boys and like hand into his mouth, kind of drop it off, and then back up as he's growing big and it goes off. That's what I wanted to happen. I don't know how you want to play that out.
I'll say you could get it done, because effectively you could do the same thing by backing up and then throwing it at the point. It'd be effectively the same thing as doing that, except putting in first and then backing away flavor wise. So yeah, I would allow that to happen. So you could get up to 30 feet away as this happens.
Okay.
Hey.
And let me get some proper music for this going.
So where you want my guy to be right now?
Where are we in the chopper?
Yeah, let me get that in a sec. Okay. So we'll use this for a helicopter. And there we go. Bring that up to size. We'll say the helicopter. I mean, where did you want to land? Like, sort of, like, directly, kind of heading
I'm
towards
still in the air.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that not literally land, but where did you stop?
Oh,
Like, where did you?
Probably. Yeah, we're
like,
probably
kinda right there.
right about there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're off the ground. I'll say all of this dirt that you're looking at that has been carved into this forest would be considered difficult terrain. So if you are land bound, then bear that in mind. Actually, Lauren, let me give you control over this thing since you're piloting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like me on the ground, everybody else is in the air, just taking shots at this guy. Keep doing circles. This
If
is
only there
Salvo all
was a
over
chain
again.
gun
Or
on
Scalvo.
here.
So,
Yeah, right?
Wait a minute. What's in this helicopter?
like resources wise, because yeah, you found the rollout ladder, and other than that, there doesn't really seem to be much. It seems mostly just like a transport thing, and not much for storage or anything like that. So.
Dang, I thought this was gonna be like Resident Evil 5 helicopter.
Okay, so yeah, you're taking the antidote dispersal, you shove it in his mouth and you back up, and as he's transforming, it goes off and all of this smoke begins to billow out, so he needs to make a Constitution saving throw, is that correct?
Yes. Now, that has to beat me at a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, against your tool save DC. That's going to change in the next update, but for now, we'll keep to the rules as they're currently written. In the next update, crafted items are going to use the DC of whoever crafted them.
So what 30? What 30 are you moving?
Oof, that's a 16.
That's still a lot. What the?
So, proficiency plus 8 plus mobility, right?
It should be on your character sheet. On the
Yeah. But its ability mod is different. That's what I was asking.
Right.
Really short.
Yeah.
No, he passes.
Okay, so he takes half damage. So go ahead and roll it out.
12d6. There it goes. Took forever. 49 points of damage.
Yeah, so
and then
use
the
the
half
half,
is
so
24.
4.
So he takes 24 points of damage. All right. So yeah, that the antidote begins to disperse around him, and as he like grows to full size, it just spits it back out into the dirt. It's just like lets out this loud roar as you guys prepare for combat. So sound off on initiative. Which is Chauncey gonna move?
Roll.
Because if you don't move, I'm gonna make a Constitution save.
That's I was wondering how far away do I have to be from it for it not to affect me? Do I have to be
at
30
least 20 feet. Yeah, 'cause
Like
it's-
theoretically, like if you wanted
'Cause
to.
its face is technically like let me get the right tool out.
Well, we'll say
His
like
face,
you're like
yeah.
attached to the edge.
I was at
so
20, so
20 feet away from him. Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
okay, that works. No, I was definitely moving.
Yeah.
that was the whole point. I would have thrown down, then he would have got bigger, and I'd have been like,
We did this.
see a little poof.
We done this one time before.
It's
Mrs.
the biggest
G11.
bad I've been against. He's angry though.
All right, so
Initiative.
sound off on initiative.
Mr. G11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the party, guys. Chauncey's at 24.
Whew.
Go ahead and just murk this guy.
I wish. They
Right.
just spit out my biggest weapon.
All right.
It's not good.
And Katara's
It's 14.
14.
We
Okay.
should have really made an antidote shot, though. I'm telling you what, I was looking at antidote shot. That would have wrecked. Like,
Yo.
Yeah, the
That would've.
antidote dispersal is good at crowds.
Yeah. But it's also a guaranteed hit. It also has that plus, whereas
true,
you can miss
yeah.
with a antidote shot. All right. So it begins. Top of the round is Chauncey.
well, I said I had the Magnum ready, so I'm gonna go ahead and. I don't know though.
I mean, it sounds like the thing has natural armor, and if we think back to the other boss, yeah.
Quick question. With my infrared, is anything lighting up specific?
So yeah, looking him over with your infrared, you got those goggles over, and you see, I mean, obviously the whole thing's generally pretty warm. The eyeballs seem to be lighting up quite a bit. You get the sense that those are pretty weak, but you would have to, but no more so than like shooting a regular creature in the head.
He has. You said he has armor, right?
Yeah.
Can I ask if it's piercing resistance?
I don't
By
think you
shooting
have
it.
any. Yeah, the only way to find out is probably to shoot it. You have no way of
'Cause
knowing that from a distance.
I have my magnum with piercing power, so
True.
it ignores piercing resistance. So
Okay.
I didn't know if that was just going to be something that I had to specify ahead of time.
Oh no,
Oh,
that's
no,
all.
it
That's
just- it
always
just
active.
happens.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna. I don't know if I want to roll headshot first shot, so I'm gonna test the waters and pump it with one round.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack.
Is +7. I'm going to adrenaline rush as
Gotcha.
well. Not +1. Okay. I had to look away. Oof. 15.
So 15, you take aim with your magnum and just first shot just sparks and scatters across the armor at his front. It does not seem to have hit.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. Go for all the marbles. I'm gonna add headshot
Yeah.
and hope for a natural 20 here. No, it wasn't.
Oh,
No,
It
so
was
another
complete
round.
opposite.
Another round just impacts against his armor to no effect.
I'm gonna try to maneuver to there. Yeah, that's probably the best. I'm gonna try to get like underneath the helicopter, so in case I have to grab on that ladder and bail.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of your turn, he is going to use 2 of his legendary actions, and you see him like reach back with that like big clawed arm and just like tear off a chunk of the helicopter, and he is going to like tear off like some of the rotor blade or the helicopter blade and just like truck it up at your helicopter. So that flies forward in a 60-foot line, which you are definitely within. And yeah, that is going. I'm going to need Mr. G to make a mobility saving throw.
okay. Jeez, that's 15.
15. Unfortunately, doesn't succeed. So you take.
Uncanny dodge.
So the helicopter, which the helicopter, I'll let you keep track of everything. The helicopter has 100 hit points.
Okay.
Has 100 hit points. It's vulnerable to explosive damage and AC 19 if someone were to attack it.
Okay.
So the helicopter takes 16 points of bludgeoning damage. And I'll say you lose like yeah, I'll say if you failed the same throw, you lose some altitude here as well, or if it takes some damage. So you lose like 10 feet of altitude, so you're pretty close to the ground now.
Where are we at?
You were at 20 feet before, because that was about the length of the ladder.
Ah. Pretty low. Pretty low.
So that's his legendary action, but next up he is going to take his proper turn. So, he is going to, it's weird to figure out what exactly the space is on this helicopter, but, well, I'll say because you're kind of off the ground, we won't consider it too much, but he's gonna use some of his movement.
Hold on, Raph.
Raph, you were.
Can you guys hear each other now?
What?
What's up?
What's going on?
Lauren's talking, and you were talking, but I don't think either one of you can hear each other.
Were we both talking?
Oh, I couldn't hear anything that you just said.
Oh, anything that I just said?
Oh, yeah, he's saying he couldn't hear anything you just said.
Oh, so you still
I
can't hear me right
fine.
now?
Oh, no, I hear you now.
Okay, so what was the last thing you heard?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna let him take his turn then.
Yeah, he started his turn. I heard you talking near the room, and then silence.
Oh, no. Okay, so...
Yeah, nothing's happened yet.
Yeah.
So he's mostly in difficult terrain, so looks like about 15 feet worth of movement is in difficult terrain there, so that'll use up 30 feet of movement, so he could, in order to move 15 feet, and he has 10 feet left, so he's going to move roundabouts over here. And let's see. Well, he's going to use a full round of actions, so he is going to make a bite attack at. We'll say the bite attack is going towards the. Yeah,
helicopter?
Yeah, we'll say the bite attack goes towards the helicopter.
Don't bite a helicopter.
Because he wants to kind of ground you here. But he's also going to make an attack with that big pincer claw towards Chauncey. So first bite towards the helicopter. Says 15, doesn't hit. So he lunges forward with that like big ol' snout and just like and attempts to bite at the table, but you whip it out of the way. Chauncey, he's going to attack with that claw. Nope. Wow. He is not having a good time. I think that antidote going off in his face has really messed up his senses. And you see him just like lumbering around really disoriented and it's just like and this big lumbering claw goes down you and gives you plenty of time to evade as like it kicks up a lot of dirt as it jams into the ground, but it doesn't find any purchase on your person. And that's going to be the end of his turn. Next up is going to be Katara.
Awesome. So in the air, and we see this thing. Now, I wanted to ask you, is it possible to aim the shot towards the chest, like for a direct hit?
It wouldn't necessarily have any benefit, because since it's just like the explosive radius.
Flavor.
Yeah, just flavor-wise. Yeah, flavor-wise, I'll say it could land wherever you so choose, but yeah.
All right. Just want to...
So you're shooting it directly at him. I mean, he's a very large figure, so he'd be hard to miss with an explosive round.
And obviously, that's not going to hit Chauncey, because that's like...
No, yeah, we could say the radius originates somewhere in this region.
Awesome. So...
Since he occupies that entire space.
Cool. All right. Yeah, so she's just going to go through. I'm going to explosive enhancer that.
All right.
And then I'm going to have her fire.
He's going to make a mobility save. Which is an 11.
Nope. 23. Explosive.
All right. So you lump that into his chest and just... And you see just like a bunch of like blood and pus splatter out of the eyeballs that are in that region as he sort of reels from it, and these little pincer claw feet just like back up a little bit.
Cool. All right, and yeah, that'll be her turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, he's going to use his last legendary action to go ahead and make a tentacle attack at Chauncey.
Okay.
Roll the dice. So that's a 22 to hit. You take...
What kind of damage is that?
This is a tentacle attack. This is slashing damage.
Okay.
So that's 17 points of slashing damage to you as he just like pulls his claw out of the dirt in front of you and just slashes, or rather not his claw, his tentacle is. So as he's pulling that out of the dirt, one of those tentacles that's coming around his shoulders just whips around and cuts across you. And next up is going to be Mr. G. So you're piloting the craft.
So what can I do with the helicopter other than move?
I would say moving's the main thing. I mean, you could land it. We'll say you will get a fly speed of 30 feet for the sake of combat. And that's your primary thing. You could set it stationary and then use, like shoot out the window or something with Mr. G. But
what's the length of the ladder? Because it's currently dragging on the ground right now.
Yeah, it is currently dragging on the ground, and it's kind of coiled into a pile down there now because you're only about 10 feet off the ground, and it's a 20-foot ladder.
All right, I'm gonna move back up to 20 feet, so that's 10 up, and then another 20 feet there.
Okay.
Or like there, look closer, behind Chauncey. But yeah. So if is that my action to move the chopper, or
no? I would say it just takes your movement.
Pilot checks. Okay.
Yeah.
But if I move it, I can't attack.
No, I would say you still have your action because, like I said, it just takes your movement. So Mr. G can't move anymore, but if you wanted to use walking speed, but you still have an action.
All right. I'll take a shot at the big thing with my rifle.
Okay.
He counts as in combat with Chauncey, right?
Yep, Chauncey's within 5 feet of him.
All right. Have we hit him yet?
I don't think not with an attack.
Not with an attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not with an attack. But...
No headshot.
All right.
20.
Oh, 20 total? Well, you said that before the roll showed up on my screen. That was weird.
Oh, yeah, weird. It rolled immediately for me.
Yeah, so...
it took a little bit for us.
20 just hits.
Okay. Oh, okay. 20 just hits. This is with the rifle, no headshot.
But sneak attack.
Sneak attack. $27.
All right. 27 points of pierce into him as you lean your rifle out the window and just
like open the door. Just freaking set the rifle out.
Yeah, you could practically mount it on the windowsill and just and the round just
the window
just like intersects that sort of connective tissue between his upper and lower body and seems to draw some blood out of that. So that's going to be the end of Mr. G's turn.
I'm going to sit right here behind Chauncey, still in range if he needs to get on the chopper, but or get on the ladder at least. But I'm 20 feet off the ground. Yeah.
So next up is going to be Dr. Campbell's turn. Yeah. So at the start of her turn, she is going to. See what options we have here. First off, I'm just gonna make a quick roll in front of you guys.
We're 20. Well, actually, depending on how tall it is.
Okay. So for her turn, she is going to. She's kind of in the back carriage with Katara, and she sees that thing down there, and she's just like, "Oh man, this is not a good way. He's far larger than I could have imagined." And she's going to like sift through her kit at her side, and she pulls out like this sort of these two like duct taped together glass vials, and she like throws them down at the battlefield, and it just like scatters against his armored hide. And as the chemicals mix together, you see them just like start to steam, and then ignite, and then and there's a massive explosion down there. But first off, let me see how far she could get it.
So yeah, depending on how tall it is, because if he's also 20 feet tall, then we're at face height with him now. So we're 10 feet away from him.
Actually, let me see.
Actually, we're actually, technically speaking, right directly next to each other.
Technically speaking, yeah, that's true. Like, in theory, he can make an attack, melee attack. Right
yeah.
at you.
You would have to be like...
slap the crap out of you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll say she kind of threw it more so in this region. Flavor notwithstanding. But,
Flavor.
just so it doesn't hit Chauncey as well, but he has to make a mobility saving throw against her DC, which he fails. So which
Get wrecked. Fire.
Is this what I think it is?
Yeah, this is a volatile reaction, but he is going to use one of his legendary resistances to succeed on the save, because this is about to do a buttload of damage. So the explosion goes off. He takes half of that, half of 36, so he takes 18 points of flame damage. Because yeah, round it down. So
does flame damage negate healing?
I mean, you don't know.
Okay,
but in this,
we'll see.
Yeah, you'll see. But that's going to be the end of her turn. So back up to the top of the round is back to Chauncey.
Quick flip switch. I holster my magnum. I'm gonna switch magnum for shotgun, and then I'm going to go ahead and light off a couple attacks on that.
All right, with advantage.
Sorry. Yes.
It's all good.
Yeah. Lay down the hammer on this guy here. So that is yes, and yes. I really need to make a new damage sheet now that I got new weapons. Yeah, let's do that. No headshot. I'm not doing headshot. Advantage.
Ooh.
20.
Yeah, the 20 hits.
It just hits, right?
Yeah, it just hits.
Is that with 20? Okay, that's rough.
Ooh. These are also improvised rounds. I forgot to say that too. That's all I have.
Yeah, because I remember last time you found a bunch of ammo and you crafted it all into new shells.
Yeah,
so
yeah. As long as you remembered that, I'm not just filling in the blanks.
Yeah.
And that was adrenaline rush. That was not headshot. Man, this macro is so long.
There's a lot of stuff you can do to.
I had to take a 20-question survey. 29 points of damage.
All right, so you light him up again, attacking that vulnerable midsection as you start spraying with your striker.
Can I do limb shot as well on that?
Limb shot on that. He has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Good luck.
That's 17.
Yeah.
So he manages to resist it. As you're put that one of the rounds into his clawed arm, and he just shoots back, but just shakes it off.
It would have been nice.
Could have been nice. It's always worth a shot, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it worked really well once for us so far. Every other time I've used it, it never works. I'm gonna go ahead and roll the same attack.
All
at
right.
him, but obviously no trick shot added to this one.
Nothing for advantage.
Yeah, I know. Oh, still garbage, but it sucks.
Unfortunately, yeah, it doesn't hit. So he like brings up his claw to block his vulnerable areas as you're laying down some more fire.
I don't know if I should run. I don't want in the chopper. I'm gonna kind of circle out and around him. To there. You said half movement because it's
Oh yeah, all the
terrain, right?
Yeah, all the dirt, all that like kind of brown dirt is difficult terrain. Alright.
So now I do have a question. Can I see if like he still like has his coat on? Like what happened to his coat that had the orb in his pocket? Did it just like shred off?
Yeah, it did kind of shred off, but there's like a kind of like torn and still kind of slung around like his right hand shoulder. You see his tattered jacket.
Okay, so it's still on him.
It's still
not
on
over
him,
by the
yeah.
helicopter. Okay.
It's just like
Cool with that.
tattered and
Yeah, it's like he's not
Holding on.
necessarily per se wearing it anymore,
It's
but
stuck
it's
to him.
Yeah, it's just stuck to his right shoulder, like not, and that's about it. It's just hanging from there.
Yeah. All right, that's good. That's good for me. That's all I can do.
All right, so at the end of your turn, he is going to burn one of his legendary actions to go ahead and make a. He's gonna make a tentacle attack at the helicopter.
yeah. I'm in that.
Yeah. So
That hits.
that's 25 to hit. It takes 11 points of slashing damage as it and just flies up and slashes across it. And you lose 10 feet of altitude.
Okay.
Real
back
quick
down.
question.
Uh-huh.
While I was running, could I have made at least try to reach somebody in the FBC group or the BSAA group?
Okay, so you're just kind of like on the horn, just trying to contact somebody.
Yeah, just like maybe Maya, just hitting Maya up. Like
Yeah.
as I'm running around, I'm like, hey, Maya.
All right.
Yeah, so just so that I
starting
can
it up.
start that process. Yeah.
Gotcha. But yeah. And next up, he also gets to take his turn. That was his legendary action after Chauncey. So now he is going to make a full round of attacks. This time he's going to make a bite attack against Chauncey and the claw against the chopper. So bite attack is 24 against Chauncey.
Yes.
All right, so you take.
Am I going in his mouth? 'Cause I really don't want to be inside another thing again.
Take 14 points of piercing damage. And you do actually get grappled and restrained. His mouth isn't big enough to swallow you, but it's enough to like lift
Gotta be,
you
like,
off
right
the
here.
ground. Yeah. So yeah, we'll put you right there, and he just like and just like lifts you off the ground, and you are in his mouth, grappled and restrained at the moment. Next attack against the chopper.
Okay.
Which 23 hits, or rather 32 hits. I read that backwards. And the chopper takes. Oop. There we go. It's rolling the dice. There we go. 19 points of
we're
slashing
grounded.
from the claw. And yeah, so now he just like pulls it down into the dirt. And yeah, you are now forcefully grounded at your current altitude. So
That's a slip.
No, I see a little spin there. So that's going to be the end of his turn. Next up is going to be Katara.
Guitar, you are muted right now.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
are saying anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through and so since Chauncey's in the air,
he's
gonna hit
currently
it.
grappled.
I'm gonna hit it like underneath him then,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
so that way it doesn't hit him.
Yeah, I think what's the radius? Just 10 feet?
Yeah. 10
No, yeah,
feet.
he's definitely way taller than 10 feet. So yeah, I'll allow it.
Yep. And then I'm gonna go through and use the last chem material for explosive enhancer.
All right, here comes his mobility save. It's a 15, which fails.
26.
All right, so 26 points of explosive damage to him as you just like light that up underneath him.
And that's it.
All right. At the end of your turn, he is going to use one of his legendary actions to actually fling Chauncey through the middle of the passenger carriage in the helicopter, and he's just like shaking him around like a dog with something in its snout, and just like just chucks you over yonder.
Am I able to contest that?
No, you are
Can
not.
I be like while he's trying to throw me? Can I be trying to grapple him? That's what I mean. Like I just
like,
take
hold on
damage.
to
like
him.
hold on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
will
grab
say,
like a tentacle or something.
okay, interesting. I'll say you could burn your reaction to make a
Okay.
to make an athletics check to see if you could grab onto something.
Ooh.
Interesting. It's breaking a grapple, but
26.
not grappled.
Okay.
26.
So yeah, I'll say he attempts to fling you, but you only get about yay far, and before he realizes you're like holding on to one of his tentacles, and you're just like, and it just like you come taut to and like tug on it a bit before falling to the ground. So I'll take you still take some falling damage just from the height, but you don't hurt anybody else or take more damage. So I'll say you fall about 20 feet, taking 11 points of bludgeoning damage upon landing. But
Yeah, I'm actually happy.
uh,
You're in my range in the event.
oh. Mm-hmm. So
Hmm.
that is going to bring us to Mr. G's turn.
We're grounded. Can I? Can I hold an action? I'm gonna yell back to everybody out in the carriage. Just like, get out there, give him more targets to hit, because Chauncey doesn't look like he's doing so well right now. If he's the only being attacked, I'll
Right
fly
now,
around and try to
he's like
piss him off.
trapped.
Well, like inside, just like from the inside, it's like ah.
That's all you can see is just the same image of Drax just going ham with knives. Like, this is me just still gripping for life.
So, I'm going to hold my action for whoever gets out. I'm going to try to get back in the air with a chopper
Okay, I see. So you're
because
basically
we need to
holding
give
a
him.
dash.
We need to give him more targets. Yeah,
Yeah.
we need to give him more targets so that he has to diversify his attacks.
All right. Dr. Campbell's in the back. She's just like, well, this isn't my idea of safe, but what am I doing here? And she's just gonna like run out, but back out the other side of the chopper to get more distance upon getting out. Only because she succeeded a wisdom saving throw earlier, and she's not frightened of him. So that's the only reason she's doing this at all. So I'll place her.
So I'll let you guys know.
Oh wait, I'll place her when it comes to her turn, but that's what she's moving to do.
Yeah,
Which she's
I'll
actually
let
right
you guys
after.
know that. Good. my internet connection's getting really low, and like my Discord, I'm going down to red.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, I was gonna say when you like, I didn't hear. All I heard was she's like, "This isn't my idea of safe," and then it just went like silent for me.
Yeah, it like froze for just like a good 3-4 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just me. Good. No, not good. Yeah, so if you didn't hear what I said, after it's not my idea of safe, I said it's not safe, it's effective. And she's going out the back of the cabin.
So
I can hear Raph from my room. So
okay.
Okay, Raph.
Yeah, like it's really weird because like I'll hear him on here, he'll cut out, and then I'll hear the rest of it over here, and then I'm like, okay, so she's leaving. Good.
Yeah. So
Got that ambient Raph.
all right. So that's all Mr. G's doing, just holding your action, ready to get
holding
ready
a
to move.
dash to get back in the air.
Yeah, so after you is her turn, so she's going to pop out right there, or I suppose right there, because it's a lot bigger than it looks. This is just representational. So thanks for putting the aura there so I could see.
Question.
That's supposed to be the blades.
So with her inventory, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with her inventory, could I have given her the herb sprayer on her way out so she could like go through and use that on Chauncey, because Qatar is not going to be able to heal him from like up in the air.
I'm waiting for you to. Or are you staying on the chopper?
Yeah.
Oh,
You have the most health.
yeah. I was gonna say because
you
Mr. G
literally
was
have more
saying.
health than this. You literally have more health than this chopper does.
That's true, but I'm playing my character how she would do it though.
I'm yelling at you the entire time from the cockpit.
No! Throw me the can.
Just toss it.
Just throw me the can. I'll spray myself.
But Campbell's gonna step out. I'll say you could use your reaction if you want to give her the spray can.
Yeah, because I don't really have any other
Alright.
reactions.
So, but she's gonna kind of. Yeah, I'll take it. Takes like half of her movement to disembark, and then she's gonna move over here so she can get a clear line of sight on it. Oof.
Oh no.
What can she do? Alright, she's going to, you see her, like, pull out this other canister from her kit, and she just, like, presses a button on it and throws it, across the way, which she could, pretty easily do. And you see it just, like, disperses into a bunch of, like, white mist as, like, the bottom side of his figure begins to freeze over. So, he needs to make a Constitution saving throw, I believe, against the... Which, that's a natural one, but he's going to burn one of his legendary resistances to succeed on the save. So he takes half damage from the ice. Which... Trying to bring up the damage on this really quick. That was a cryo formula. Should have had this up before. There we go. 66. So...
It's a lot of sixes.
That is a lot of sixes. Wow.
6s and 5s.
So he takes half of that, which is 17. Yeah, 17 points of frost damage. And is not frozen. And that is going to be the end of her turn.
Does she look at all, or does he look at all like he's feeling the damage yet?
No, yeah, he looks pretty hurt. He looks pretty hurt.
Okay.
So yeah, that is going to be the end of her turn. At the end of her turn, he's going to use his last legendary action that he has on this round to make a tentacle attack against Chauncey, who's still holding on to that tentacle.
Ah! Tarzaning around.
Yeah, just like, get off me. It's a 17 to hit, which actually doesn't hit against your
still
AC.
holding on.
Yeah, you're still holding on for dear life as this tentacle is wiggling, but you are a heavy fella with all that armor on.
He's like, get it off.
So back up to the top of the round. That brings us to Chauncey.
So we're now in the air again.
Okay, so you're back in the air.
Who was looking rough? This guy's looking rougher now.
I mean, he looks like he's starting to show signs of wear.
Okay, could I use this tentacle that I'm holding on to kind of like swing myself up and onto his back? And like start making my way up to his head, like 'cause he's massive.
I mean, yeah,
he
is gargantuan size. So yeah, I'll say you could use climb movement to get up on top of him.
Okay, I want to get like up near his shoulder
speed.
so I can start trying to. Yeah, I want to try to get up to his shoulder so I can start tugging on that little bit of coat that's left.
Okay.
And also, I want to get like a really good back of the headshot with a shotgun.
Okay.
So I definitely want to get as close as I can to the back of his dome, or at least one of these huge eyes.
Yeah, so you got 15 feet of climb movement. So yeah, you could get up pretty well, up to like his shoulders, just about.
Okay, and yeah, so that's where I want to be. I want to be like right in his shoulders.
Although if you're like hanging on, you don't have hands to necessarily make a shot. You would have to like try and stand up somehow, or try and balance on top of him, which might require some checks.
Well, I pictured like almost like grabbing the tentacle and like tangling it up, like wrapping it around my arm, kind of thing, just like real quick, like you would with a rope before you climb.
Okay.
And just like wrap it around your wrist a couple times, and then he's just like kind of holding himself up, and then still able to use his hand, but now the tentacle's wrapped around his wrist, so he's doosh with the shotgun.
All right.
So I mean, if you allow it that way, if you want me to do extra rolls, I can. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll say I'll allow it. That makes sense. So you're just kind of like wrapping. Or I'll say make another athletics check to see if you can manage this, because he does have control over that tentacle.
26 again.
All right, so yeah, you managed to just like it's fighting you, but you managed to like wrap it up and get it around your waist, and you are able to suspend for a moment to get some shots off.
Johnson's on fire.
So I'm going to go ahead and lay some shotgun fire into him. I only have 2 bullets left, so I only get one shot at this with the shotgun. Yeah. 19 does not hit. Damn.
No,
There
it
goes
does not,
shotgun.
unfortunately.
Wait, did you do that with the?
Oh yeah,
Was
you
it
have
with the
advantage.
shotgun or?
If it is with
the
advantage.
19 was,
yeah.
Yeah.
19 was the climb, right?
The 26 was the climb.
Or the
Oh.
yeah, 19
No,
was
it's
the
19.
Still 19. So yes, but thank you, Mel. Thank you for that. I totally forgot
No
about.
problem.
Well, go ham. I'm gonna wiggle the shotgun back into its holster and grab the magnum back out, and I'm gonna pump a shot of the magnum into him.
All right. So go ahead and make an attack with that.
Nope.
Nope, doesn't hit. As you're just
I
like
can't touch him.
wiggling around and just like, and it just like hits his armor. So, at what? By the way, what height is the helicopter at?
We're at 20 feet.
Okay,
so
20
it's
feet.
Still on the ladder's still on the ground,
Gotcha.
or dragging along at least.
Yeah.
I'll BRB.
Okay, so at the end of your turn, though, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So.
I have its height in if you click on the token on blue.
Okay, gotcha. I see. So yeah, at the end of Yeah, at the end of Chauncey's turn, it's going to use one of its legendary actions to make a tentacle attack against the chopper.
Going down again. I just got up here.
It's 23, so
yeah.
it takes 21 points of slashing damage.
It's rough.
And-
Do these have caution and danger?
No, but it's getting there. It's getting to that point where it's looking pretty. That helicopter's looking pretty rough. So yeah, that's going to be his legendary action, and next up he gets to take his turn. Let's see. At this rate, well, he's got Chauncey just like all up on him, so he's not technically. He's not technically grappled, so if he, I'll say he can. If he moves, I'm trying to figure if it'll move Chauncey with him. Yeah, yeah, being piggybacked.
Wearing him like a backpack.
I'm gonna go ahead and it's gonna make its full round of attacks here, but it is going to make its claw attack against Chauncey to try and kind of pick him out of its tentacles, essentially. Which, that's a 23. So, which I believe hits you. So you take also 23 points of damage, and I'll say you get flung like right here, just off to the side. And he is going to start taking some...
We get an opportunity to attack with the chopper.
Yeah, if you want to ram it into him.
No, if everyone was off, I was considering it, though.
So he's gonna step forward a bit.
Wait, which way does he go?
He went down left a little bit.
So he went... Did he go up and then down, or...?
No, he just went down. Chauncey, you get an opportunity attack if you'd like. And he is going to... trying to figure if he could get over to Dr. Campbell, but it doesn't look like that's much in the cards. So he's going to use the remaining bite attack against the helicopter. Which is a 30, which hits and deals 12 points of damage. Yeah, and you are grounded again as it just like and just like gnaws it and pulls it closer to the ground from that kind of landing gear under.
Ooh.
Oh, is that his opportunity attack? Oh, beat him with a magnum. So
Never mind.
No, yeah, you totally whiffed that. I mean, you're still recovering. You just got flung to the ground and you're just like, ugh, and you are unable to hit him with that. But that's going to be the end of his turn. Next up is Katara.
Since she's getting yelled at to,
We're on the ground again.
I mean, you guys are on the ground again, so...
she's just gonna get out the
moment
chopper
is
then.
opportune.
I think I might have to ditch the chopper anyways, because it's pretty low.
She's just gonna get out the chopper and get to here.
Yeah, I'll
and
say
then I'm just gonna have her...
Since its space is technically so big, you could disembark to right there using...
Oh, cool.
But disembarking uses half your movement, so you have half of your movement remaining.
Okay. So how can I get up to here with him then? Next to Chauncey,
with
or
your
can I only
movement?
get to here? I'm like...
With your,
You got a
let's
lot
see,
of movement.
with yeah, you got a lot of movement. How much do you have left? And the dirt is difficult terrain, but I'm not sure if that's gonna
Well,
matter too much.
That's only 10 feet.
half of 50. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, you can make that because that's
yeah, I
you
think I
have 25 left, and then half
20
of that would be 10 or 15,
10,
depending on
15.
you want to
Yeah,
round
that's
up or
true.
down.
Either way, you
Okay.
do get
Yeah.
that
So
far.
yeah, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her to here, and then I'm going to go through and first aid Chauncey.
All right. So go ahead and roll the healing for that.
All right. 41.
41 points of healing to Chauncey.
It's a lot of health.
That is. All right, and is that gonna be it for your turn?
Yep, that's about it.
All right, Mr. G, you're up. Well, actually, at the end of her turn, he is going to use, he's gonna kill two birds with one stone here. And
No,
he's
I'm in the bird.
he's going to burn two of his legendary actions. You see him like with one of his tentacles just like slithers out and wraps around this tree down here, and he just like uproots it out of the ground, and he's going to like swing that over and throw it in your guys' direction now that you're both down on the ground. Or
Just.
no, yeah, he's gonna throw it at you guys so he could get both of yous. Which I need both of you to make mobility saving throws. Well, I mean, like, you are kind of obscuring her, but it's gonna, like, go through both of you either way. This is a very large thing that he's throwing at you guys. She'll take Chauncey damage. I mean, again, like, you can, yeah, flavor it that way, that you're, like, interposing, and, if it hits you, you'll get, like, knocked back into her. But again, this is, like, so much force.
Alright. Here we go, guys.
Do legendary resistances use a legendary action, or is that a separate?
No, it's separate.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, doesn't succeed, and for Chauncey...
Oh my god.
Mobility saving throw. So it doesn't succeed either. So the both of you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're knocked prone.
Okay. Boop.
Worst part about that is you get your clothes dirty.
And so that was the end of Katara's turn, I do believe. So that now it's on to Mr. G.
If I'm in the cockpit, can I still get out where I need to, wherever I need to, or can I only get on the, where the front of the vehicle is?
Yeah, I would say you could get out like here or there.
Okay, that's fine. Let me get my character real quick. So I'll get out there
All right.
because I want to impose this opportunity when I'm leaving.
Right.
This tree is gone now, right?
Yeah, so this tree is no
that's
longer
unfortunate.
there.
Okay. Never mind. I was gonna hide behind that tree.
I mean, there are lots of trees.
There are lots of trees.
Let me see if I could color that out somehow.
Can I get to here with that movement?
Oh no, that's not close enough
Or
color.
am I going through stuff?
Let's see. You used half of your movement to get out.
Oh, right. I only have
So
15. So,
yeah,
okay,
you have 15
I've only
feet left.
I'm gonna start running in this direction then.
You have a bonus action if you want to.
Yeah, but I wanted. Oh, that's true. But either way, I wouldn't have been able to hide. I'm going to bonus action because wait, no, can I hide behind the chopper?
Damn.
Okay. Okay, I'll allow it. Yeah, the chopper's big enough. It is technically like a gargantuan thing, so I'll say you could hide there. Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I want to. Okay, I'm gonna hide behind the chopper.
Damn. Okay.
Oh yeah, I have to make a stealth or a stealth check, right?
Yes, you do.
To see if I'm hidden.
I'll just cover that up like so.
I had. Oh,
Oh no.
Just to show that there's nothing there anymore.
I had an idea.
Oh,
Guitar's
boy.
got something.
I had an idea, and you're hiding behind the thing now.
Oh,
it's
should
okay.
I-
You can go with. No, you can go with it because you don't know. Like,
Yeah, I'm moving out of this position, but I want to get behind these trees because I don't want to draw attention to this chopper. 16 to hide.
Okay,
like,
so you rush back there. You
behind
feel
it
pretty
somewhere.
well hidden.
All right. I'm gonna take a shot at it with my rifle.
ooh.
I don't have advantage for any reason.
Well, you
But
are
you are
hidden.
No. I get advantage from hiding. That
Yeah.
right. So I was trying to remember how this. Yeah, the sneak attack is if they're close. I get
Yeah.
advantage from hiding, which means if I have advantage, I'm gonna headshot. Try to hit one of the.
So
eyeballs.
are you kind of shooting over the chopper then? How is this working?
I'm kind of like-
you are
like on my
completely
back below,
obscured by
shooting.
the chopper.
I'm on my back or on my stomach, I should say, shooting through the those like trusses underneath it.
Uh huh.
I'm shooting through those and I'm
Okay,
gonna try to hit
gotcha.
him in like this underbelly
Oh.
eyeball.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I like it. But you'll have to be prone for that.
Oh.
So
You,
I'll say
Dropping
yeah,
prone doesn't
makes
require
sense.
movement.
no, it doesn't. You can knock yourself prone whenever you want, but
Knock prone. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll drop prone and shoot below the chopper to shoot underneath it and try to hit the eyeballs underneath it, like
okay,
in his undercarriage area.
gotcha.
So here comes advantage headshot, which means it's
Headshot.
plus 4. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh boy, take a chance. Roll the dice.
I'm taking chances. No, they're both crappy. No, that's not even close.
But thankfully you got that suppressor, so you haven't disclosed your location. So you just get
Sure.
under and you're just like, and just like,
Also, there's this like big rotor up right above me. Just
yeah, that's fair.
so, completely whiffed it.
No, yeah.
And that is my turn.
Okay.
The wind's getting in my eyes. It's like kicking up dust into my eyeballs.
So at this point, Dr. Campbell's turn is up next. She's going to, ooh, she's running out of options here. She's casted a lot of stuff. She is going to waltz forward. And, let's see. Yeah, she's gonna walk up and cast adhesive on him.
Ooh.
So that's a 15-foot cone. So she would, yeah, she could get him from here. So yeah, she's gonna cast adhesive, and that is, oh, that's a strength saving throw. Which he succeeds.
Oh, wow.
It was a bit of a long shot, but she just like walks forward and just like sprays out of this canister all this just like this thick kind of chemical gel that starts to attach to his legs, but then he just like just hulks out of it and just like pulls his feet off the ground and doesn't manage to get restrained. So she had to step forward, I think 5 feet to get within range of that, so she's gonna use her remaining 20 feet to book it, or 25 feet. So she's heading off in this direction. And that's going to be the end of her turn. So, at the bottom of the round, you guys hear kind of in the near distance, just as a new helicopter rotor seems to be active in the sky.
Oh.
I'll say, everybody can make a perception check, I'll say, if you'd like.
Let me. Oh, yeah. That went up for me a little bit.
Hey.
Can I use situational awareness?
No,
Sure.
never mind. Like, that went up for me by 1. Never mind.
7's better than 6.
I mean, that's true. That is true.
Not by much.
That's better too. 15.
Yeah, I'll say, Chauncey and Mr. G immediately notice, to the east of this battlefield, what looks to be... Pull out a new one.
Nope, that's this way.
Yep. What looks...
It's still small.
Not anymore. What looks to be another helicopter entering the fray from this direction. And Chauncey, as you're like trying to like phone Maya or just like try and get everybody on the horn, you get like an incoming call coming in over your headset. And if you were to answer it, you would just hear a familiar voice on the other end going like, "Miss me, bro?"
Yep. Yes, I did.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And you'll also kind of like hear over the comm just like, "Looks like you got big trouble down there. Here, why don't you use this?" And you see just like the side door just get thrown open on that chopper, and just like something just goes off and clatters down here in this area.
Oh, gimme.
But that brings us back up to the top of the round. Chauncey, you're up first.
So it's over by the helicopter?
Yes.
Over here?
Landed roundabouts
Okay,
over here.
Would it cost me movement to help Tara up as well? Like whenever I have to
I
stand
will
up, like can I
say-
like grab her hand and pull her up as I'm pulling myself up?
I would say that would probably require your action for the amount of interaction that would require. Half of your movement to stand yourself up, then you could use your action to pull her up.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll help her up. And can I just continue the action to get her out of the dirt and into the grass?
Sure. I would say
Almost like I'm grappling her and just bringing her to this point to where she would be right here.
yeah, sure. I would say you could kind of like grapple her and just like shove her along with your movement in that action. Yeah, and push her over onto there.
That's so... Oh, thank you.
But that took all of your action economy though.
That's
So-
all my stuff. I'm dead weight.
Yeah, so yeah. Well, I guess Katara didn't notice all that, but yeah, you after noticing all that transpire. I mean, at this point, now that the helicopter's gotten this close, you could definitely hear it. But yeah, Chauncey, you see it up against the night sky, and you scramble to your feet and just like in a burst of action, just like shove Katara over and just send her in that direction.
Yeah, I'll tell her what I'm doing. I'll be like, "Oh, they brought us something good," and like picking her up and like pointing her in the direction, like that way.
Okay. And she's like, huh? What? Oh. Oh, another treat.
So yes, that's the end of my turn.
All right, at the end of your turn, actually, let me. No, yeah, you guys are all a good distance from him now. So he's gonna. That's gonna bring us to Don Feliciano's turn. He's going to start just like moving these big claw-like legs, just like each one it's pointed and just digging into the ground with each step. So he's gonna use his movement to get over here. And, let's see. He is going to go ahead and make 2 attacks. One with his... I guess the only person within his reach at this point would be Chauncey with his multi-attacks. So, yeah, he's going to go ahead and... Yeah, he doesn't
Going
see...
a 5-foot reach?
Yeah. Well, normally... I'll explain to you afterwards, but like, yeah, because his head is kind of attached to this thing, he can't lean. He has to lean over for a bite.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I was thinking like for tentacles and stuff.
He doesn't use his tentacle in his multi-attack, but he's going to. Yeah, so he's gonna put his attacks down on Chauncey then, because he doesn't have any more targets in the helicopter. So. First attack is going to be a 24, and then second attack is going to be the same thing. So, first attack deals 13 points of piercing damage, and the second attack 20 points of slashing damage, and you have again been grappled by him with the bite. Or grappled and restrained.
So that was a total of 33 points, right?
Yep.
Okay. Wait, what's wrong? That one.
And that is going to be the end of his turn. But that brings us down to Katara.
Yeah, so considering she got pointed in the direction, she's gonna head over to here, 25. And she's like, what am I looking for?
So, upon getting that distance, you do see, just laying in the grass, right about there, what looks to be some sort of rocket-propelled grenade launcher, with what looks to be just like a shiny, and at this point, like the helicopter that was coming in, just like starts shining a spotlight down on the Dawn, and and so you get a bit more illumination in this area, and you see like this shining golden warhead attached to the front end of it.
Oh man. Okay, so she's gonna move up and pick it up.
All right, so you get, if I may, here we are. You get one of those.
All right, let me read this. Oh. Okay, so my question is this. Is Chauncey within 20... Well, wait, no, it's not even a radius. It's within 20 feet of the point.
Well, yeah, that would be a radius.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, 20 feet in all directions.
Is he... So, like, is he...
No,
right there?
He would be, like, right up in this thing's space, being grappled by it.
Okay. But if I were to fire it a bit back... Like, if I were to go through and fire it, I don't know, let's say... Because he would still be within the radius, but then, like, Chauncey's all the way up. But then...
Yeah. That's an excellent question. I would say...
Because I'm like, anywhere within this area, if I could fire it there, still hit this guy, but not hit Chauncey, she'd do that.
Yeah, I would say... I would say you would be able to get that. Although... I'll say you can tell visually, just looking at this thing, you guys have battered it quite a bit. It's looking pretty rough. But Or at least worse for wear. But not that rough.
Okay. So I guess what I'm gonna have her do then is instead of she's gonna hold off on firing that then.
Mhm.
And she's gonna fire the grenade launcher
Okay.
underneath him.
Gotcha.
So let me
So
just
he needs to make another mobility save.
So is it just still on the ground at your feet right now?
yeah, still yeah.
So you're just
Yeah.
like you're standing over it, ready to use
Pretty
it.
much, yep, standing ready to use that. But considering it's not like super bad,
Hmm.
she's gonna go through and dish a bit more damage to it.
Which that fails.
26.
All right.
Where are you putting the round?
Below it. We
What's up?
did establish that. Yeah, Chauncey is out of its reach while he's being
Okay,
grappled.
so below
Since-
it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because-
That where precisely are you're placing it? I'm assuming you're trying to avoid getting the splash on the helicopter as well.
You know, I completely forgot that you were there because my initial response was to blow that chopper up and get him with both of that. But well, would she know that he's there though?
I'm stealth. If your perception can beat the. What was my stealth? 16?
But again, I think this
'Cause,
kind of
like,
falls under like the party dynamics department where I kind of rule that, you know, I mean, you are a bit newer to the party, but at the same time, I think you guys are like coordinated enough to know where each other are at.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Even
because
if
like
your
I said,
enemy's not.
my only issue is I don't want to like metagame and be like, yeah, she knows that he's there, and bam, you know.
No, yeah, I
Like-
generally allow that, you know, you know the positioning of your allies, unless there's something like, unless your ally is like invisible or something extreme like that where you couldn't possibly tell. But
Okay, yeah, so she'll probably aim it like somewhere around here because it's still not going to reach Chauncey. So
yeah,
because if it hits right here,
yeah, he's still like a good 20 feet off the ground. Just
Well, yeah, because
about,
he's vertically 20.
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, go ahead, bam.
All right. But seeing the reinforcements and help that you guys seem to be getting, he's just getting a little bit desperate. He's actually going to burn his final legendary action to reduce the damage on that and succeed the save. So,
Wait, he can.
well, yeah, because he could,
Wait,
he could
so-
or rather, legendary resistance. That was his final
Okay, I
legendary
was gonna
resistance.
be like,
yeah, not
whoa.
action. Yeah, so he uses his final legendary resistance to succeed that save that he would have otherwise failed. But yeah, so that's gonna be Katara's turn.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. At the at the end of your turn, he is going to use one of his legendary actions to. You see him just like plant his feet into the ground and then just leap up into the air a great distance. And he could,
With Chauncey?
with Chauncey in tow, and he could travel up to 30 feet. So he's gonna kind of go off in this direction.
Oh no.
Bringing Chauncey along. And while at this point, I would say, given your positioning to Mr.
He can
G,
see me.
he could see
Yeah.
you like clear as day from here.
Yeah.
So it's broken your stealth for now. But
Yeah.
that's
Visual
what he
line
does
of
with his legendary action. But Mr. G, your turn is up next.
That's unfortunate. I was going to attack him. Alright, so I'm going to have to use my half movement to get up. So that's 15 left. Running 15 feet this way, and then... Hold on, yeah, because I was... hide behind that tree.
Okay.
with my last 15 feet.
Gotcha. So, go ahead and make a stealth check.
16.
Okay, you seem pretty well hidden.
And I'm gonna take some shots. Just the one, actually.
Yeah.
While
advantage?
hidden with headshot.
Oh,
Or,
okay.
yeah. I'm gonna roll with headshot. So, hopefully for 16 or higher, I think I have to hit.
Let me.
No, I'm not doing headshot. I'm just gonna do damage. Because I try to get him to drop Chauncey.
All right. With
That is.
advantage.
Oh wait, I don't.
Or was
no, I
that?
didn't?
No, yeah. That last one was. The
Yeah,
stealth
it
check.
did. I didn't do an advantage one.
Ooh.
So that's 23 to hit. Okay, I wouldn't have
Hits.
hit with headshot, so that's good.
Oh yeah. Good thing you went
So
for that.
here's the I just want to get him to drop him so that
Mhm.
he can get out of the way.
Yep.
and
so
sneak
sneak
attack.
and everything.
24 damage, piercing.
Okay. 24 points of piercing damage, so he has to make a strength saving throw.
What is it? Half or 10? So it's
Yeah, half or 10,
12.
so 12, yeah.
It's
So
a
he has
crit.
to crit fail. Which he does not.
No,
But that's how much damage? 24?
24
So-
points of 24 piercing.
All right. So yeah, you fire that again, it right through his midsection, and just like peek up through the branches for a moment, and just like kind of like prop yourself up on some low hanging branch so that you're still partially hidden, and then take that shot from there. Then duck back into your cover. But he knows where you are now since you hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, he seems to have taken a hefty chunk of damage.
That is
Now-
all of my economy.
Yeah, now he is looking. He's looking really rough. He looks to be on his last legs here. But that is going to
So he's
be
got like what, 5?
the end of Mr. G's turn.
Yeah.
The end of your turn. He is going to use another one of his legendary actions to fling Chauncey at Dr. Campbell, who's just standing out there in the open. So,
Oh, poor girl.
Can I use my reaction to contest again?
do you have a reaction? I'm trying to remember
I
when you used the
haven't-
last one. Yeah, it is a new round. So,
That was a couple rounds, yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, make another athletics check. Wow. Yeah.
23.
So you still managed
Strong
to
boy.
and just like snapped to the end of the tentacle and then drop there. So you still take falling damage. Just a quick 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Halved?
No, because he's not wearing that armor anymore.
Oh, he's not? Okay, right.
Yeah.
Oh man, she can. Yeah.
So that was Mr. G's turn. So now it's Dr. Campbell's turn, and yeah, she does have that spray canister. So actually, she still has to move a little closer, but she is going to use her bonus action to heal you up. So what was in the spray canister? The
In the
herb sprayer?
spray canister was a green.
Okay, so that's 44. Plus 4. So, Chauncey, you recover 13 hit points. That's her bonus action. She used 5 feet of movement. While she's in the neighborhood, she is going to just flame spray him.
In the neighborhood.
Which hits.
Oh.
Wait, no, it doesn't hit, rather.
No, it doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. And she is going to just shoot out some flame at him, and she's going to run with the rest of her movement. So she has 25 feet left. She's going to get over there, and that's going to be the end of her turn. Down at the bottom of the round, this helicopter is going to kind of move in closer and kind of orient itself like so. And That's gonna... Let's see. You see the passenger door kind of slide open again, and you see Cambria hanging out the side, and she's actually going to try and take some shots at it. So... It's going to be... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in range. No, yep, she's all good. So she's going to take a couple of shots with her handgun. Which don't hit, but she does have a second attack. Her second one hits,
Yeah.
so yeah, she's just like... and just starts popping shots with her pistol. He takes 13 points of piercing damage from her gunfire that's raining down. And she's just gonna, like... you hear just, like, a megaphone just coming off of the helicopter, and she's just gonna yell out, "Get out of there, Chauncey!" And that is going to be the end of her turn. Back up to the top of the round would bring us back to Chauncey.
Oh, Magnum out. I'm gonna go ahead and light him up. 2 shots of the Magnum.
All right.
Nope. And
Oh,
20.
that one hits.
All right, and that is 1 shot. Rushed. No headshot. 27 points of damage.
All right. So you again put that round right through his neck and just like and just hit that soft fleshy bit and get a huge splatter of blood out of that. He's looking really hurt. He's like just starts like
Just
lowering a little
to
bit.
add
Uh-huh.
to add insult to injury, can I go ahead and make him do a Constitution saving throw?
All right. Still got one of those left.
One, might as well use it. I'm about to take a long, long rest.
So he makes a Constitution
very long
save, which he succeeds
Nope.
against.
Oh,
I just want you never
that would have been
know.
nice if that hit though.
So cool. And with that, I want to get out, but I don't want to get nailed because, oh well, I'm running. Running for the woods here.
All right. So he is going to take an opportunity attack against you with his tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a 22 to hit. You take 14 points of slashing damage.
Still alive.
Hey, you made it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you make it that far. You run all that way.
I'll even add a little flair. I slid from the damage.
Yeah, you're just like stumbling along like a struggling action hero as you make it just make it that far. So yeah,
I'm just as I hit the ground, I'm just gonna scream, "Guitar now!"
and that's the end of your turn. Next up is going to be Don Feliciano's turn. Actually, at the end of your turn, he's going to use one of his legendary actions to leap 30 feet and land about over there. And looking around at the situation,
Why are you running?
feeling rather outnumbered, he's going to just like let loose just like this loud growl and snarl which booms throughout these forests. No, yeah, he's actually going to use his movement to go further away. So hold on, let me zoom out here. So he's got 40 feet of movement, which he's going to use to... well, before he gets too far, he is going to, along the way... Oh, wait, no, yeah, he doesn't. He only gets that as legendary action. So, yeah, he's going to...
Can I ask one quick question?
Yeah.
Could I get that one bonus action that I have as captain?
You're talking about that reaction?
Yeah.
Only
as
if
a reaction. Yeah, I
are
already used my
people-
reaction, so that's fine.
Yeah, and plus it needs specifically like BSAA soldiers under your command to use.
I thought there was one in the chopper.
Oh, there very well might be.
Yeah, I thought PGP was in there for sure.
But in any event, that's as far as he gets. So that's going to be the end of his turn. He's actually going to stay put there for now. He could in theory dash, but that's going to be where he's going to settle himself. Next up is going to be Katara.
So Katara picks up that rocket launcher,
Mm.
and seeing this thing run away, she runs 40 up here. And then she aims in at this guy and she's just like, "Hey, Don! I think your term's up."
And you're going to fire that launcher?
Yep.
And yeah, so he doesn't have any protection against that. He has less than 100 hit points, so that's an auto kill. So, how do you want to do this?
Exactly as she said. She's like, "I think your term's up." And then she just kind of like kneels down, or like gets on one knee, aims in, and just...
So yeah, this you guys see over across this sort of newly created clearing that you guys are in, and almost like a really clear view from your position as this opening is right in front of you, and the rocket's traveling across it directly towards them. And as the rocket fires out, you see this golden warhead with just like these tail fins just like eject out of the back end and send it into a spiral as it impacts directly against his chest and just obliterates him in his upper torso into pieces as a huge chunk of him gets taken out. And by the time the fire, which just utterly darkens everything around it, fades, and the smoke begins to subside, you just see just a bunch of fleshy bits falling to the ground and just the basically headless form and a good chunk of it chestless form of his upper torso just missing, and the spinal column just sort of standing in place where it once was, and his arms just scattered off to the sides before this entire figure slumps down.
Holy snap.
Hey, that would have been a good amount. But technically, it wouldn't have done any damage in that instance because it has a special feature. But yeah, cool to roll too.
I still like the roll.
Yeah, I know, it is nice to see. It's not every day you get to see 20 d10s.
Oh no.
So, the dawn seems to be no more.
All right. We need to get back. How long has it been? Like a minute or so?
So let's see. Hold on here. So it's been that was actually about 5 rounds of combat. So that was half a minute in addition to the few minutes that have passed. So you're around encroaching on 11 minutes remaining. If your character were to be timing it out.
So I mean, I've got to watch.
Oh, right.
So do we don't have enough time to get back to the thing, get the plug out of them, out of 2 people, and then leave before the self-destruct goes off?
I mean, you're not quite sure.
but I'm gonna give it a shot.
I'm
Yeah.
dashing, or she's closer. Never mind. I'm getting into
Yeah.
the chopper.
Yeah, this helicopter is
this
just
one,
gonna.
Is this damaged further?
It does seem quite damaged, but it's still in the same condition you last left it in.
Yeah, but would it be slower if I took that chopper?
Possibly.
Okay. Is there enough room in that other one?
Yeah, you see that
The
other
other one
chopper fly over there and just like land down in that open space, and you see the passenger side open up, and you see Cambria just like waving you guys in.
Okay.
Is that what's it called? That battery or whatever, is that like somewhere around this area?
Yeah. So you saw his arms kind of fling out in different directions. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay.
Search for it.
Plus 8. 27.
Oh snap! Yeah. So so you, after it only takes you a brief moment of looking around before you find his right arm over like by this tree, and you just waltz over there, and you see like kind of near the top of it where the shoulder joint would have been connected, that the jacket is still like now further charred but still attached, and you can kind of pull that off and search the pocket, and sure enough you pull out this glowing blue orb, which seems to be the power source for that machine.
Cool. She's like, so after grabbing that, she's like, I got it, guys.
Let's book it back to the freaking hangar.
All right. So,
Scientist lady coming?
yeah, she's gonna just like run on with up to the helicopter as well and start boarding. I'm assuming Chauncey's limping over as well.
You got in first.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I tried to run to it before anybody else even got there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she looks at the guy. She's like, can I have that herb sprayer back?
And Dr. Campbell's just like, oh, yeah. Well, I guess that came in handy. And hands it over to you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna hand you a red green to put in it.
Okay.
So, as you guys all get inside of the helicopter and it begins lifting, y'all kind of are able to like put some headphones on to communicate during this brief ride. But you're not very far, seeing as you were flying in combat with those helicopters. So yeah, it's a very, very short ride back to the hangar. Probably won't take you more than a minute. But Cambria is just like, well, it looks like we got the Don taken care of, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Unless there's still more that's as big as that.
Not that we saw.
Not that big.
Hey,
Was anybody gonna spray me with some herbs?
Nah, I'm saving it for next start now. Yeah, no, she's gonna go through and do that.
Okay.
all right. So
Those good heals.
while you're healing him up, Cambria's just gonna talk on. She's just gonna be like, hey, you know, you guys are idiots, right?
For what?
29.
29 to Chauncey. And she continues, she's like, well, Pistol Grip Pete told me the whole thing. And, just tell me, which one of you has the photographs?
What photographs?
Wait, photographs.
Who's got some photographs?
You guys found some photographs in the safe in the mansion, did you not?
Oh yeah, we did. I didn't.
Does anybody remember that? I don't remember.
I honestly don't remember.
Chauncey wasn't there. Yeah.
I'm making a deception check.
Go ahead and make a deception check. No, yeah, she
Don't remember it. Back in the manor?
Our guitar is just confused because she's just kind of there thinking, like, wait a minute, but maybe we take them? Didn't somebody take them? Or are they still there? I didn't burn them, did I?
No. And she's just like, well, if you burned them, all the better. That helps us even more. But right now, I need to know if any of you has it on them. Pete said you guys handled it a bit, but he didn't remember if anybody took it.
I mean,
I took a bunch of stuff. Which photographs is she referring to exactly?
Well, took a bunch of documents, but the only photographs you found in there were the ones of the governor with his mistress.
Oh, yeah, those are mine.
Okay, so Mr. G has those? But yeah, she doesn't suspect a thing with your deception check, and she just continues on, just like, hey, look, I just need to be able to justify this incursion here, because, I mean, if we had our hands on those sooner, these guys would have been able to go in a lot earlier. I mean, if you're telling me you might have burned them, then, well, that'll probably get the governor off of our backs anyway.
she's like, I know I burnt everything. Burnt whatever was in there. I don't remember if anybody took it or not.
If it was in that closet, it's fried. And in another 3.5 minutes, this whole place is going up anyway.
So, yeah, well, if it's fried, then we don't need to worry about it. I'll call it in. But man, you guys really should have called that in when you first found out about it. That could have saved us a lot of trouble.
I was kind of tied to your back, so just so you know, I have no parts of this.
No, yeah, I'm not blaming you. We were both in that place, but yeah. Like I said, the BSAA and the police could have been left off the hook. And at this point, the helicopter's landing back down in the hangar. And you guys are able to disembark. You hear a voice come over the intercom, just like, self-destruct system has been activated. Facility detonation in T-minus 9 minutes.
No, that's good.
And so you're back in the hangar.
Just like, come on.
Yeah, you guys are hurrying along. You got those two double doors on the that lead back to the halls, and you have another door.
Chauncey's going first because he's got the IR glasses.
Cambry's.
Well, there's two regenerators we got to go through first.
I'm leading the way, yes.
Yeah,
but
there's two regenerators we have to
get
go
the first operation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is another door on the other side of the hangar that you guys have not gone through yet.
Oh, right. Should the two speedsters go check it out real quick while everyone gets to the front?
Yeah, that would be good.
Dr. Campbell's just like listening, just like, all right, 9 minutes. That should be enough time to operate the machine for 2 and then bug out of here. I can operate it if you guys need to attend to anything else. And she goes with Cambria and Chauncey.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Katara hands him the battery.
Okay. Yeah. So she hands you that glowing blue orb. And you guys move along. So you guys are now back in the facility. The red lights are still shining. The alarm is still blaring. And you guys go your separate directions. So, first off, let's start with Chauncey and Cambria and Dr. Campbell. So, what are you guys going to be up to?
Going through that main door. I'm going to duck into that one room and grab my battery.
Okay, so you duck into the communications room, retrieve your battery on the way, and just lug that over. As you round the corner going to the laboratory, and probably like expectant and preparing for a combat, you don't hear anything as you're approaching. And then as you gradually round the corner, just like room clearing style, you do see that, well, first of all, this entire corner around the elevator is just like, just painted with blood. And you see like a severed gray hand just at the feet of the elevator, and just like the elevator doors are all bloody. But there's nobody up here anymore except for a couple of bodies of the thugs. You get the sense the fighting might have pushed them back into the elevator, and it went back down. So you have a clear shot to the lab.
I was gonna say, can I also somehow like disable the elevator from returning back up?
How would you go about doing that?
I don't know, like smash the buttons or something. It's like real quick,
Okay.
just smash the buttons.
Make an attack roll against the buttons, we'll say. Let's see what kind of damage you can do.
I'm gonna hit it with like the butt of my magnum or something, just real quick.
Okay.
Nope.
No, you're just like, and you just like hit against it, and you make a little bit of a dent, but it doesn't seem to have been disabled or anything of the sort.
I didn't hit like the up button to call the elevator up, did I?
If you nat 1, you might have.
Oh, okay. All right, then I'm just gonna. Is the bear trap still like there? Can
No,
I
no, no.
reset that
Yeah,
real quick?
there's a foot in the bear trap. It has been triggered.
Can I like reset it though?
Yeah, you can take a moment to just like just pry it open and reset it.
Okay.
Those bear traps that
I'll
work.
reset it.
Yeah, they did.
Just in case.
Dude,
Then
the
I'll
guy
open up the door and move in.
guy who was stuck in the bear trap during that whole fight must have had a bad time.
No, yeah, that was not fun for him. So you head into the laboratory, and you head past the first chamber into the second one, in which you have that operating table sort of right in the middle of it, with the sort of arm pointed at where the patient would be seated. And Dr. Campbell just like waltzes over, just like, all right, so who's up first?
Cambria's first.
All right. And
I'll stay guard.
she like motions over. You got the power source? And she's looking around at
Cambria
either
had
of
it,
you.
right?
I think Katara handed it to you last.
Oh, then okay, then
Yeah.
I'll give it to her.
All right, yeah. So you pull it out and just like hand it over to her. She takes it. She slots it into the opening at the base of the operating table, and it just goes in and just like thump. And then you hear like a bunch of power start to surge throughout the equipment, and you just hear as the arm and the barrel at the end of it starts to light up with a bit of a glow. And she just like positions it over Cambria's chest, and she's just like, Cambria's just like has her hands on the side of the operating table. She's just like, oh, is this gonna hurt? And Dr. Campbell's just like, well, I know the basics of how to operate this, but we've never actually had to use it, so it may. And Cambria's just like, oh, great. Good to be first. And Dr. Campbell just like starts pressing some buttons on the touchpad at the side of the machine, and as it fires up, it just goes like and fires this sort of, and you see on the monitor that like it's sort of presenting an X-ray of the inside of Cambria's chest, and you see like the plaga kind of squirming in there, and she just like sets it to target that, and this machine fires just like this laser and this like beam of light that is just like going right into Cambria's chest, and you see Cambria start to squirm a little bit and just like writhe for a moment before just like and it just flashes, and the parasite seems to have been removed on the X-ray as it just like disintegrates into pieces. And Cambria is just like, oh man, that really did sting. Oh, please tell me you got it out of me. She's like, yeah, seems to be successful. Yeah, all right, you're up, Chauncey.
I just jump on that table. Get this out of me.
All right. So she sets up the same programming for you, and a slightly smaller parasite is on the X-ray that looks to have matured less, but she starts going through the same motions, pressing the buttons and setting it up, and she's just like, again, this may sting a little, and as she pushes the button, it just like fires the same sort of beam of light into your chest, and you feel like this burning sensation within you, and like the you'll notice there was like no damage on the outside of Cambria, and likewise, like it doesn't really feel like it's penetrating you or anything, but more like it's targeting directly inside of you and just frying this Plaga creature. And you feel just like some movement as it writhes within you, and it's extremely invasive and uncomfortable as this thing is like attached to your spinal column and trying to fight against this sensation. But I'll say make a Constitution saving throw.
Bro. Saving throw. 11.
Yeah, so you take 5 points of flash damage. And I'll have you make another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, 20. 27.
That's what. So, like, you're in excruciating pain for a moment, and you're just like, and just like, you have to kind of steel yourself for a second. She's just like, hey, hold still, otherwise this thing might miss target, and you don't want that to happen. And you just like, just summon up all of your toughness and resolve, and just like clench down on the side of the table, as just the last of the beam just goes into you, and you feel this intense searing pain on the inside, but at the end of it, the machine goes off, and Dr. Campbell's just looking at it, the x-ray, is just like, oh, yep, the Plaga seems to have been removed.
All right, now we need to get you out of here.
Yeah, agreed. I don't want to be in this place when it starts falling apart. And as the alarms are continuing to sound all the while. So, while this was going on, meanwhile, it was Mr. G and Katara were running through the other door.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so
Got my flame spray on ready.
okay, so you head back through that other door, and you enter into what looks like to be a hallway cluttered with pipes and wires along the walls. But it leads down, and you can see it leads around a corner far ahead.
How far is it? Is it just a tunnel?
Yeah, it's just a brief tunnel, kind of hallway sort of situation. Goes down about maybe 30-40 feet before rounding a corner.
Peek around that corner.
Okay, you peek around that corner. It just goes around the corner, and not very far after that, you see it just leads to a door.
Freaking doors.
It's this industrial-looking
Like,
door.
Is it locked?
Do you try it?
Yes. Well, I check the door to see if there's anything that I might trip, or...
Okay, investigation.
You said it's industrial looking?
Yeah, it is pretty industrial looking.
Katara's just here like, I got your back.
It's fine. I check it. I just tried the door.
You try the door. It is locked.
Okay.
But you can't. You don't discern anything else, but it does appear to be locked.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to disable the lock.
Okay. Yeah, it's
quickly as possible.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like keep the lock intact or anything. If I need to bust through it, I'm probably just gonna go through it.
All right. So yeah, there's these alarms ringing around you. You're in a hurry. You just like quickly get out your spy gadgets and start to attempt to pick the lock. It's a pretty simple lock.
I just burn through it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you just like burn through it with some of your welding tools.
Yeah, I'm not going quietly.
No, yeah, and it's a pretty simple lock anyway. But yeah, go ahead and make a mobility spy gadgets check.
$24.
No, yeah, you're pretty easily able to cut through it and just disable the mechanism and get that door open. And going through that door, you enter into what looks to be a pretty small room. And it's a little cluttered with kind of like, more pipes and utilities along its walls. But the main feature of this room seems to be that there is a console on the opposite end with with two keys inserted, one on either side of a big red button.
Ah.
Is this the self-destruct mechanism?
Yeah, you get the sense that it is, because there's like this monitor kind of right above on top of this console that is just like, you know, has a countdown of the self-destruct mechanism with a big, you know, red exclamation mark inside of a circle.
Oh, okay. So like, and Katara like looks over at Mr. G and is just like, so deactivate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
All right. So I'll say either you both can roll, or one of you roll with advantage to attempt to deactivate this.
I'll give her advantage.
Okay, because it's gonna be either technology check or a spy gadgets check.
Oh. Well then. If your technology is more than a +10.
Oh no, it's a +8.
Oh wait,
So
no.
go ahead.
Would be an intelligence spy gadgets?
Yes, this would probably be intelligence spy gadgets.
Ooh, yeah, because if it's going to be tech, so I'll use my spy gadgets to assist tech.
Okay.
Because I think I'm only at a 5. Oh no,
26.
slightly under her.
26. Yeah, that's plenty. You start like with Mr. G's assistance again. You like use your spy gadgets to pry open some paneling below, and then she gets in there, and you see like a cluttering of wires just along the bottom inside this console. And you sort of like give her some light, use whatever means necessary to assist her, and
Whatever she needs cut, I'll cut it, I'll splice it.
Yeah, and Katara, you just like see all of this wiring in there, and it seems like some basic sort of.
Oh, Raph.
Uh-oh. Yeah?
Is the
Uh-oh.
check the stream.
Is the stream offline?
Yeah, she looks
It's-
like
Yeah,
was
it went down to 0 kilobytes here.
Yeah, it says there was
On
a
OBS.
network error. Oh, yep.
Everybody's saying it's back.
Is it back?
It's back. Hold on.
Mel sounds like he left the room.
Yeah, no, I had to. I'm like getting like snack.
Oh, you ain't got fruit by the foot. It's not a snack.
Okay,
Also,
yeah.
you guys are back. Yep.
Okay, sweet. If we're back, let's just keep it going here, and hopefully we don't crash again. Although, like, the bitrate is like shooting up through the roof now. Oh, yeah, hey, I've got a green light now from OBS, so it seems to have stabilized. Okay, cool. Just as the music stabilizes too.
Awesome.
So, all right, where were we?
Hacking.
Yeah, so you guys were hacking the system. So yeah, you start getting into that wiring with.
I'm glad us two went into this.
Yeah. That worked out well. And as you start fidgeting around with it, Katara, you recognize this as some basic sort of machinery. With compared to some of the tech that you've worked with, it's rather rudimentary. It's just very old and industrial in nature, and so you just start guiding Mr. G towards which wires to cut with his tools and which ones to leave alone. And then it comes down to it, there's just like one last pair of wiring in the back, and just like one of them's red and one of them's blue, and you wonder for a moment which one to pick, but you're fairly certain, judging by the connections of the previous wires in the sequence, that the red one is the one to cut. And so Mr. G goes in and just snip and cuts that with one of his spy gadget tools, probably that laser on your watch, and just like zzz, and just sever it. And this takes you a few minutes of time, and it's a little nerve-wracking with the voice counting down in the background at each minute. And it's just like T-minus 6 minutes to detonation, T-minus 5 minutes to detonation, as you're going over the course of it. And it gets as low as 3 minutes to detonation before you get to that final wire. And then as you sever the connection, and all of a sudden the red lights around you stop flashing, and the blaring horn sound stops screeching, and you just hear a voice over to the intercoms just like, self-destruct system has been deactivated.
Sweet.
She's like, all right.
And And over in the other room, in the operating room, you guys hear the same thing as the alarms seem to subside.
So,
Well, that's good.
so did Chauncey beforehand? Remember, like, I don't know if Chauncey actually said this or not, but he wanted this to be a base.
I actually did say that, and if it's allowed, I do want to roll into that at a later point.
As you guys are listening around, Campbell's just like, oh, I guess this whole place won't explode. And Cambria's like, oh, this is good. This is good. And Campbell continues like, yeah, you don't say. Like I said, this machine is the only one of its kind that I know of. If, you know, some brilliant minds can get a hold of it and perhaps reverse engineer it, this has the potential to change the face of the counter bioterror industry. At least against these parasites. And Cambria's just like, well, so we can think more about that later. We better regroup with the others. Make our way back to that camp outside and let them know that they got the go-ahead to invade this place. How you holding up, Chauncey?
Oh, I'm doing just fine.
Alright. Let's go and find the others. And she
Yeah.
starts out of the room. And that is going to be where we take our midpoint break for now. But we'll be back with the closure of this instance. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. But thankfully, we got that. Well, it seems to have resolved itself. So we'll be back in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. We are going to close out with the rest of the RP for this session. So, be back in a bit. Alright then. So, I mean, if everybody's ready, we could get back into it whenever you guys so desire.
I think I'll be good.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright.
I shall fade.
That's deep. Alright, so. Here we go. Last we left off, you guys were in the underground secret laboratory of the Feliciano crime family. The agent Mr. G and Katara had just deactivated the self-destruct mechanism. Chauncey and Cambria had just gotten their plagas removed from their bodies. And so I'm assuming you guys are just moving to regroup at this point?
Yep.
Alright, so as you guys kind of head back towards one another, you kind of meet halfway, sort of by the door of the hangar. And you see Chauncey and Cambria looking nice and healthy, and Dr. Campbell along with them.
You good?
Cambria just pipes up. She's like, "Yeah, I think we'll be good now. I don't think there's any risk of us being controlled by those things anymore."
All right, good. Get out of here.
Yeah, let's. And she starts heading towards the helicopter that she'd flown you guys around in. You guys board back onto the helicopter. You see also, like, there's just some BSAA soldier just manning the cockpit, who seems to be the pilot. Chauncey, you don't recognize him, not anyone you've encountered, but you guys climb back, board the helicopter. As soon as everybody's on board, Cambria just, like, knocks at the cockpit, and she's like, "Alright, Hat Trick, get us out of here." And the helicopter just starts taking off and out of the open hangar doors above. And you guys start flying, not too
Can
far.
I make a request?
Mhm.
I'd like to be dropped off in the front.
Well, they
need to pick up.
Well, yeah, they're the fly. He was just gonna fly you guys out to essentially the blockade that's out front of the encampment of everyone. But you want to head to like the front of the manor, or
Yeah, I want dropped off right at the front door of the mansion.
Okay, yeah. If you put that request in, I mean, you're a commanding officer, so Hattrick will just be like, "Oh yeah, I could drop you off there," and he just like pulls up to the front of the mansion, throws down the ladder, and you're able to go in for a sec. He's like, "But make it quick. We gotta keep moving. There's gonna be a lot of questions being posed at us."
Can I just tell him that whenever I touch down, just to go ahead and take the chopper back? I'll be minutes behind.
Probably not a good idea to leave anyone behind right now. As soon as we get back to camp with word, they're gonna start sending a raid in on this place. Don't want to get mistaken for a hostile.
I mean, you can tell him what vehicle's coming. You could describe this vehicle right here is gonna be hauling tail through that blockade. So go ahead and get ready.
He's just like, all right, if that's how you want to do it, suit yourself.
So yeah, I'll jump or like climb the ladder down, hop out, fix my car up, and get it ready to go.
All right. So he flies the helicopter back out across the over the vineyard, and you guys see like those big fields passing by below. Not very clearly, seeing as it's in the early morning hours and it's still night out, but. You pass over that distance, and as you approach, you fly over the encampment outside the gates, and you see, looking out your windows, that the street immediately beyond the estate's fenced borders is crowded with a number of just lights and police cars and military helicopters, tents, and a slew, actually, of cable news vans. And you see BSAA personnel going in and out of the tents as a line of police officers enforce a blockade, keeping the news anchors and camera crews at bay. And there looks to be like just this uproar of excitement among the camera crews and stuff as this helicopter comes back and touches down in the midst of the encampment, and just all sorts of people look to be scrambling to get footage of it or anything of that sort.
Bonus action hide.
That's a lot of people.
Cambria's just like, yeah. Well, I've been in this business long enough to know that this is gonna be all over the morning news as soon as sun comes up. Front page of every paper.
Well, I would like to go home.
Yeah, you and me both. And as
Let's get home.
chopper lands, you guys are allowed to disembark. There's this tent nearby that you guys are that the helicopter kind of lands next to, and Hattrick just points out, it's just like, yeah, well, you guys might want to catch some rest inside one of these tents. Also got medics running the fort. If you need to get patched up, I can do it for you.
Oh yeah,
I'll take a long rest.
And
I'll go ahead.
I just not like limping out. Yeah.
And you see Cambria marches over to just like some BSAA officer that looks to be like kind of supervising the situation, starts giving warning and talking about what to expect coming. And at this point, they've you see that the front gates of the manor, which, from the rest of the street are blocked by the blockade, but the front gates have kind of been forced open past its electronic security. And just in case they needed to charge in. And so at that moment, coming down the road, I presume they see the Black Betty coming in from the vineyard.
I'm pretty sure they hear it before they see it.
No, yeah, for sure. You hear the loud engine roar in the distance as it comes down through the road, through the center of the vineyard, and out the front gates of the manor. And and Cambria just motions over, just like, yep, that's what I was talking about. And yeah, you see her, she starts getting on the phone, probably She says a few more words to the BSAA officer, but they seem to get the idea that they're good to go in, and so they start ordering around some troops. Some BSAA squads start getting together, and as you come in with your vehicle, you getting out and joining the others.
Yeah, just straight to the HQ, you know, setup that we have, and giving them any mapping and layouts that I can give them.
All right. Yeah, as you're on your
Don't
way,
we have a map?
you guys do actually have maps. Yeah.
So I want to like flop the maps down for them and show them like where certain rooms were and certain things were,
Right.
and obviously giving them any kind of where I've been. Outside of like PGP.
All right. Yeah.
Of what I've seen, so
you round up.
That's true.
Round up some of the troops, especially your squad members. Flock to you immediately. Foxtrot 1. You're surrounded by Ali and PGP and Newton. They all just like walk up to you, just like, "Oh, you all right, sir?"
Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right. Well, just say the word and we'll go in with the rest of the clearing party.
Can I send 2 and 3 in and not 1?
Sure, yeah. I mean, they follow your orders, so however you want to arrange them. There seems to be at least 2 other squads that are also going to be a part of the raid that you don't have, that you're not captain over. But yeah, there are just a couple of other units that are being assembled. But yeah, you could gather everybody to share that intel that you've gathered from your time in there really quickly around one of the tables inside the tents, and after that they just like, all right, so you have your orders, and they just disseminate everybody to start clearing the land, and the troops just march off into the gates in a highly organized fashion and just start charging the manor.
Okay.
But in the meantime, you guys are in this tent. There's what looks to be one combat medic that's kind of treating some of the wounded, and you also see kind of assisting the combat medic, the civilian that you'd rescued earlier, Sarah Black, seems to have volunteered some of her services and is still around.
Can I like pull like pistol grip Pete aside and like explain to him, the situation, and that's just the way the rules were. Like that was my role, is to tell you to get out of there, whether you liked it or not, and like explain to him that it was no hard feelings, and I appreciate that he come to save me, but never to take those leaps again.
Just like, well, if you say so, sir, but with all due respect, your life was on the line, and I was, nobody was in a position to do anything, and I understand, sir.
Thank you. Now we just need to find where they ended up putting Archaea and where Emil disappeared to. That's next on my agenda. I just really wish I had something to remember her by.
He has the dagger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So that after you say that, like Pete would just be like, Which, by the way, I think I might have forgotten to give this to you when I was handing over your belongings back there. He pulls out the push dagger. He's just like, yeah, I don't know if this was yours, but I found it amongst a bunch of other things.
I take it off of him, not like in a forceful way, but like kind of just grip it tightly. Just some emotion is being shown, not anger.
Well, would that be all, sir?
Just kind of thank him. Yeah. Now I want you to stay here, and then I'll send Allie and Newton one to lead each the party. So Allie with Foxtrot 2 and Newton with Foxtrot 3.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you send them to lead your other units, and they head in with the rest of the brigade that looks to be charging the manor. And so, meanwhile, Cambrio's just off in the corner seeking some rest and medical treatment from the available medics.
Yeah, I'm basically like in the tents, just like, it hurts. I think I broke a rib.
Hey, Raph.
Yeah.
Would Sarah? Would Sarah know Chauncey?
Probably not.
Yeah, probably
I mean,
probably
not
not.
by, like,
Yeah.
seeing him, but like from
Yeah, you probably
reputation.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you may
By
have
this
heard
point-
like Kevin talk about him a bit. So it's like, yeah, you probably know of him, but you like
That's what I mean.
Yeah, had never
Yeah.
met him before this, probably.
Like by
Well,
this
she's
point,
about to meet him.
Well, I guess you met him once before in his underpants, but that wasn't a proper introduction.
No, guess not.
like by this point, since we're at pretty high-ish level, being a part of the BSAA, like he would be pretty known as like a government agent type person.
I mean, he's well known within
he's
his
like
circles for sure, within like the BSAA and whatnot.
Okay. So it's not until higher that it's like public knowledge. Well, I guess yeah, even within his
He's not like one of the
Kevin would probably
founders or
talk about
anything.
him,
But yeah, Kevin. Yeah.
Well, no, but like obviously not one of the founders, but like as a high enough level where our influence has spread to public media.
Yeah, and in terms of that level, nothing of that manner quite yet.
Okay.
Although a bunch of cameras did just like watch this helicopter touch down, and then this like big black car just like come out of the gates, and you see like as that was all happening, there was just all sorts of humdrum going on over there, and just like anchors just describing what's happening, and just like oh, there seems to be some sort of development. Oh, now the BSAA is sending troops into the estate. So there's a lot of very public excitement about all this, as the Felicianos are kind of high profile.
Yeah, I know Cambria is probably going to handle most of the press conference stuff, but would I still be there as the lead captain on the mission, giving press releases as well?
You'd probably get to give like a statement as part of the BSAA's, representation. It's just like and here's a statement from the, from one of the on-site captains and things like that.
Yeah. I'm assuming that currently I've noticed Cambria getting patched up, and I'm just going to go like sit up next to her and get patched up as well, and we're going to discuss what we're going to say to the press.
Yeah.
She's going to lead me down the line, and I'm just going to be like, yep, I agree. Okay.
Yeah, she's just like, yeah.
Here are your notes.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a press nightmare. I mean, we weren't even here on the job, but I guess our respective organizations are probably going to be able to spin it that it was a very good thing that we were in the right place at the right time.
I'll follow your lead.
Yeah. I mean, where do you think you're going from here? The BSAA is raiding this place. Looks like the Felicianos gonna take a serious hit here. Don't know if they'll bounce back, but this is kind of their headquarters.
Wait. I don't know if you heard that. I apologize. But we stood by our word to Walker that we weren't going to destroy any more of his laboratories. So maybe we should just start taking them.
What, like owning them?
I mean, this would be a pretty nice BSAA headquarters. Off branch. You got bioterrorism and any ways to remove infection. I mean, it's a pretty good setup.
Yeah, that it is. I'll give you that. I mean, might have to fight for it. I'm sure the Felicianos have some lawyers that are about to come out of the woodworks with his last will and testament. That is the Don.
Well, if memory serves me right, the Don was the last in his bloodline, which then goes to his underboss, which was our bloodline.
No,
but I mean, I'm sure they'll fight.
I don't know too much about the makeup of the family, but I'm pretty sure the Don had some sort of progeny.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Well, we could always work towards persuasion.
And yeah, Cambria's just like rubbing her chin at this point. Well, now that you're filling my head with these kinds of ideas, I mean, there might be some precedent that we could capitalize on here. I mean, if the FBI raids a criminal organization, they usually get to keep the illegal funds that they secure. I mean,
Yep. And
if we have the
I mean,
BSAA,
it's just confiscation.
yeah, if we have the BSAA treat this as an official raid, which I'm sure the brass would be more than willing to do. Say you didn't come here on a feeling, but on actual intel. Spin it that way, we might be able to legally confiscate the property.
Yeah. I didn't have a feeling. I was brought here against my will. So,
Well, I could at least honestly say, I guess not semi-honestly say that. I was kept here against my will, that's for sure.
yeah. We have the most stakes in this business, and we all know that whenever somebody takes over a drug cartel, they don't just hand it to the nearest relative.
Yeah, well, that's for
keep
sure.
that.
I mean, last will and testaments still tend to have quite a bit of legal heft, but again, I think we could fight this if we treat this as an organized raid.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Might just get your wish. In the meantime, is there anything
maybe.
anybody else is doing while this conversation is carrying out?
And-
Yeah. Sarah's going over to Mr. G and gonna try to treat him if he allows her to. Fix him up.
So you see Sarah approaching you, just attempting to treat you, just seeing you among the wounded.
Oh yeah, I'm just like in a bed, knocked out.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, is he actually knocked out?
No, I mean, he's resting.
Oh, okay.
It's just like in one of those like army cots or whatever. I imagine they have set up, and he's just sitting there, just like his legs up on the cot.
I see. Do I have to roll for this or anything?
No, we'll say like this is a relaxed moment. You just like are able to just
And
apply some
I'm sure
general
you-
healing and
Wrapping
He's
really
gonna- yeah.
tight around his waist.
recommend
I'm
some
sure
rest.
you're utilizing
Yeah.
their equipment too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's plenty of equipment here. You know, probably enough to get you all at least back up to fine or back up to full.
Whatever gets them up to fine is enough to get me up to full.
That's true. That's true.
And then after she's done treating him, she's going to see if she can get not a meeting, but like a moment to speak with Chauncey.
All right. Yeah, as Chauncey has your conversation with Cambria sort of dying down, you see Sarah sort of approaching you as well.
Well, I'm here. just walking amidst the chaos and groups and stuff. So just come up whenever.
So she comes up and kind of like taps him on the shoulder. Hey, I know you don't know me, and last time I saw you, well, it wasn't as decent as I would have liked it to be. But I hear great things about you from my brother. Seems like
who's
you
your
really
brother?
cared about Archaea.
No, who's your brother?
Kevin.
I don't think he knows who your
Yeah,
brother
yeah.
is.
I think they talked about that when they let her out of the cell.
No,
but-
she talked to Pete. She didn't talk to Chauncey.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Chauncey wasn't
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, Chauncey.
Forget.
Chauncey just knows that you were around when he was in his underwear getting
Same
free.
character, different. Same player, different character. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Then she would have sent my brother Kevin.
Oh, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin's a good boy.
Yeah. So, I know you don't owe me anything, but I'd like to know what happened at least.
What do you mean?
Well, I have a feeling, since she isn't with you. Well, in any case, if she's not with you, I don't think she's probably around anymore. So, is she coming
I know-
home,
I-
or?
I
is
know you were
she-
caught up in this whole situation. A little late, but once all the press has been taken care of, certain things will be said, and I'll be sure to fill you in at a later date.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I got people to treat and things to do, but definitely catch me after.
Well, thank you for sticking around and helping everybody out around here. Use
Yeah.
people like you around here.
Well, I'll take that to heart. And she kind of walks off back to treating the other people that's around.
So there's definitely no shortage of work with this party coming out of there. And, yeah, so you guys rest up, get your wounds tended to.
Yep.
This encampment's gonna be around for a while if you choose to take your long rest here, but
I needed a long rest.
yeah. Before you go off for your sleep, just Cambria's gonna be sure to catch you and be like, well, I'll be in touch with your handler, but I assume it's gonna be a rather short conversation. You were never here, were you?
Where?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, I know all I need to know.
Just some civilian freaking stuck in a hole where I don't need to be stuck.
Yeah, well, you're lucky.
I also have a rifle.
Well, you're lucky we found you fighting the Dawn before any of those news choppers did. There have been a few circling around here like vultures trying to see what they could see.
Yeah, that would have been bad for them.
But in any event, you guys basically have as much time as you need. You can hang around the encampment, get some rest, and go home at your leisure.
So like we get healed the full,
Basically,
go to
yeah.
sleep, and then just
And then go home.
then go home.
So,
Real quick,
Yeah.
can I meet up with Mr. G real fast before he bails out?
Mhm.
I'm gonna just like walk up toward him when I see him, and just reach out for a handshake and like pull him in close
Mhm.
during the handshake, and just let him know, like, hey, I don't know if he was here for a meal, but can we roll it that Pistol Grip Pete told me that he was here for a meal? And or what did you state that whenever Chauncey was around?
I did say that. I didn't say it when Chauncey was around. No.
I really want you to know that I want to know everything about Emil as you find out everything about Emil.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
All right.
and I'm gonna thank you for all your help. That's pretty much what I'm gonna mainly do. Just shake your hand and thank you, and say, if you ever need anything, just look me up.
I'll look you up. I mean,
Also, sorry about our past, and also sorry about punching you earlier today.
it's okay. There's a lot of people want to do that. It's very common.
That's it.
Alright,
yep.
If I don't want to break meta because
Yeah.
obviously I know that he knows about Emil, but I don't know that he knows about Emil.
Mhm. Yeah, I did
Raise
tell Pete, so Pete probably would have, if you were talking to him at any point, he would have been. You would have.
I'm sure I'll get
he would have
files.
told you.
I'll get some kind of files later that'll tell me the whole story.
No.
Well,
you won't.
actually, yeah, you probably would. But yeah, Pete would tell you. Yeah, if you.
It only
That's what I mean,
exists
like
word
any
of mouth.
debriefing.
Yeah.
Yeah, any debriefing.
He
is what I'm
only
saying.
he only told Pete.
No, I
Oh yeah, that's true. Katara would
you
have been
were-
around.
you were
whenever
I'm like
Ron was around.
Katara.
you were around when he said what he when he stated his targets.
That's true.
But,
That's true.
Right.
So yeah, Katara would also know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's lots
You
of
were-
places
'cause
you could get it from.
It was actually no. I was with I'm thinking about it. I was with Katara and Pete when I was given when I told them that I was given the order to recover Arkea and Emil, and I was with Chauncey and Katara when I got the kill order.
Right.
Okay, so then I would have. Then yeah, that,
Yeah,
I would have
yeah.
just played that
Yeah.
off. Hey, you
'Cause that
find
was- that
any
was in-
information I want.
That was in the
please.
security room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So you would have
he
known.
says that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll get in touch with you because there's no way you get in touch with me.
Yeah, I know. 5 years or so, I would have wanted to get in touch with you. But yeah,
All right.
no, I just kind of walk away after our conversation and I start heading toward my vehicle if I'm allowed to leave.
Yeah, you're pretty much. I mean, you're probably gonna be on the hook for like kind of doing some supervisory
okay.
work here around here
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
rest
yeah.
of the troops, and leading your people and making sure they have the chain of command. But after that, BSA is probably
Actually-
around another couple of days, secure the premise and whatnot.
Before he leaves, I'm actually going to give him a burner phone. It's just going to have one number on it, and it's going to be like, if you need me, or if you need me, call that number.
All right.
But otherwise,
Put a burner phone in my inventory.
I'll say you
It
can
takes
have
up
that
2
as a
slots,
personal
actually.
item.
Okay.
yeah, it's literally just a phone that has one number on it, and it calls only like a dedicated line for him.
Yeah, I put burner phone for Mr. G.
All right.
So I'm curious. So like, if Chauncey is gonna like get driven or is gonna drive home sometime later, and they're still going off of energy booster,
Oh yeah.
still going off of energy booster, Katara could just be like, she. I feel like I would have her find like Chauncey, just be like, so you mind like giving me a ride home potentially?
Yeah, I got some cleanup work here. I can give you a ride after that.
Awesome, thank you.
All right.
Also, I have a lot of your inventory too. So.
Yeah, we'll handle that on the way home.
But yeah, so Chauncey is gonna have to stick around a couple of days to see this all through. But yeah, for Katara, they would definitely probably let you just hang out around the encampment, and just give you, allow you to stay there for the time being until Chauncey, since your ride, is finished with his work. But
Can I like appoint her as like a scientific advisor while she's here?
oh yeah, for
Just in
sure.
case they come across some kind of viruses or whatever.
Perfect.
Yeah, and they're definitely eager to make use of you. And there's just like, it's only a matter of time before the question comes up of, if only we had a scientific advisor. And Chauncey's like, well, actually, I brought one.
She's still here, waiting for me to leave. What do you need?
So yeah, they make use of you and just like identifying certain things. And as the cleanup goes on, there's not a lot of actually personnel, or at least enemies left that need to be cleaned up. Most of them, most of the last of them got taken out, either
It's probably just like
in the hangar or in that lounge to the regenerators. Although the regenerators probably won that fight and did not die. So
yeah, they're still down in the lounge.
yeah, so down in the lounge, there's some regenerators that need killing. And also there was one survivor in the hangar, so he's probably hiding around somewhere. But so there are
We did just leave that one dude there.
So
And one of the crab heads.
so there's like a couple of encounters that just happen over the course of this cleanup, but they're very easily dispatched with the numbers and with Chauncey and Katara's advisement, having experience with fighting these types of enemies. So
Yeah, I mean, like during the briefing, I would have told them to run infrared in, and then I would have told them about one guy and the crab head in the hangar and the two regenerators in the basement.
Yeah. Well, because you last saw those guys in the hangar, but you were in there when you were coming and going, so they'd probably gone off and hidden somewhere so that you didn't see them on the way out.
True.
But yeah, you eventually the cleanup crews eventually run into them. But anyway, that's only the first couple of days. Afterwards, the party all splits and goes their separate ways and returns to their normal lives. Sarah's able to go back to her horse ranch, return to her family.
The simple life.
The simple life.
Katara updates. So how are her parents? Considering that phone call.
Oh right, yeah, because you phoned into them as well as Nuria. So yeah, by the time you get back out, and you would have noticed this over the course of your days at the encampment, that you just had from your muted phone a bunch of missed calls, from Nuria and from your parents and from a bunch of other sources. So that's about the main people you phoned for the emergency. But yeah, I got some calls back from them, and you're able to catch up on the voicemails and hear all that they might have left you. But your parents and Nuria both, needless to say, are quite panicked and don't like the way it all sounded from your description. And it was quite tough on them.
Yeah, during those few days, she just calls her parents. Calls Nuria. If they had no answers, then she's just obviously just leaving messages like, "Yo, I'm out. I'm back home."
Yeah, so you give them those updates, make sure everybody's at ease, and that everything is kind of returned to normal. You return to your work at the college, work in the labs. I'd imagine working on a new paper to try and shoot for your...
And putting that Dom Plaga, the T Abyss, and G Virus.
Oh yeah,
in storage. Yeah,
you've got a lot to store up. Man, building a little collection here.
That's scary.
I know, that is kind of scary. But you settle yourself back into the usual swing of things with this traumatic experience behind you. As the time goes on, the months fly by. Very soon after this particular incident, because Mr. G was pretty much off the hook, you headed back to where you needed to be immediately.
Yep.
And then shortly thereafter, over in a secluded room in a building at Langley, we find Mr. G seated for quite some time at this point, giving a detailed debriefing to another agent. And after that agent leaves the room, or rather, Mr. Fox enters first and dismisses the other agent once all the debriefing is done. And he seats himself across from you. And he's just like, "How you holding up, Mr. G?"
I think I broke a rib.
No, yeah, you're gonna need some medical attention there.
Yeah. It hurts to breathe sometimes. Can't sleep. The usual.
Yeah, what else is new? Well, needless to say, Emil Johansson is now officially a fugitive of the United States. It's now your responsibility to find him and stop him by any means necessary. That means bringing him in, dead or alive. This will not be publicly disclosed. He will not appear on any most wanted lists. If you kill him, the CIA was never involved. Understood?
Understood.
And if I may, just to get a little bit extra in addition to your debriefing, You met Captain Clancy, Dr. Oswald. What do you
That's right.
make of that group?
That's a good question. Because, well, I've already met Captain Clancy,
That's true.
and I didn't like him.
That's true. Yeah, I understand you have a bit of a history.
Yeah, he was young and reckless. Yeah, he's a little bit more straight edge now that he's got more responsibility hanging on his shoulders. He yelled at an agent who did what he did, so I imagine he's learned his lesson.
Interesting observation. But as a whole, though,
As a unit, I don't know. They can get work done, but I wouldn't rely on them to be invested in a fight unless it was personal.
I see. Well, you see that particular group, along with Emil and the woman Archaea, who you heard about in your briefing. They've been at the center of a lot of important events in recent years, and somehow they keep getting out of it. I don't know if they're good at what they do or if they're just lucky. Or I don't know if I should call them unlucky instead, that they keep ending up in these sort of situations. Either way, once upon a time I had contact with Emil in order to keep track of them, as they seem, again, to be at the center of quite a few important events. But that's off the table. So, that in mind, I might keep you on their detail for the time being. If ever they find themselves in other important events, your job to go in and keep me up to date about what they're up to.
Figured you'd say that.
Yeah. Well, like you said, they're less loose cannons than they might have once been, but I just like keeping my eyes and ears wherever I can get them.
Of course.
Now get to work on Johansson. And he gets up and leaves the room.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Meanwhile,
By the way,
yeah.
The FBI does have all the paperwork, or all the papers of the Feliciano estate, and also the blackmail on the
governor. So you kept
Just
her
in
out of the
case.
CIA?
The CIA has all those docs.
Okay, so you
Because-
turned all that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's in the CIA's hands now. Mr. Fox particularly likes the blackmail material. He's just like, this may be useful. We'll keep it. But, again, the months spur on. Eventually, as Cambria predicted, the executor for the Feliciano estate does come forth with Ernesto's last will and testament. And so, yeah, that is something that has to be addressed. Although, in his last will and testament, he does leave his estate to his children. He has two. But his eldest son, Mario Feliciano, is a wanted felon and a fugitive of the American government. So, his last known location is in Sicily, where he's trying not to get extradited. And, well, there's the possibility that he may be arrested as soon as he steps foot on American soil again. So he's not quite eligible to inherit the estate, while meanwhile his daughter, Liliana Montero, who's gone on, made a family of her own, is a kind of a legitimate real estate magnate. She's basically distancing herself and kind of refuses to inherit the estate, saying, as many tabloids and news outlets later quoted, it is a home built on a foundation of blood, is how she put it. And she doesn't seem to want anything to do with it. Same goes for Ernesto's siblings. They seem to be distancing themselves from that criminal reputation that their family once held. And with his children unavailable, no new Dawn is selected, and the remnants of the Feliciano crime family eventually crumble into disarray, and this once powerful syndicate, practically overnight, just disappears. And, much to your delight, Chauncey, with that opening available, the BSA leadership does agree to go along with your plan of categorizing the incident as an organized raid, and makes an attempt to confiscate the land as part of that, seeing as especially bioweapon paraphernalia was found on the premise, and they essentially have pretty good reason to secure the property for themselves. And after about 3 or so months of court hearings, the BSAA gains ownership over the estate and turns it into their Midwest base of operations. And eventually,
That's awesome.
eventually word does come through to you, SOU Captain Clancy, where you are personally asked and offered the chance to serve as the supervising officer of this base.
I accept. No chance. I definitely accept that.
Yeah, they do give some forewarning. It's like, well, this is a bit of a promotion. You will be, having to, it's quite a big commitment of both time and energy. You'll have to live on the premises, and obviously much of the manor is being converted into barracks for your troops and things of that nature. But if you're willing, this job is yours.
I accept.
Mhm.
Instantly put my house up for sale.
It's like, I accept. Yeah, you go ahead, sell it.
Yeah. All right. So, with that being the case, the mansion is again converted into a sort of barracks. The facility is taken by the BSAA. They immediately sick researchers on trying to reverse engineer this strange technology that is within it, especially the, as it's being dubbed, the PRL, or, the PRL, the Plaga Removal Laser Device. They immediately get to work on to try and figure how that functions and secure whatever other scientific paraphernalia and research whatever BOWs they find on the premise. So,
Am I able to, while taking lead on that in reverse engineering, would I have gotten that one scientist's number and allowed her to come in and explain it?
Dr. Campbell. So I
Yes.
guess Dr. Campbell ended up. I guess CIA is her jurisdiction. So I'll say, Mr. G, what do you think your strategy would have been regarding her? Because she was looking to you to get her set up with a new life.
Oh yeah. In terms of running away, that's most like he didn't necessarily mean through the CIA. He was just like, I can get you to a place if you need it.
I mean, you have
Like,
those
if you-
resources to get it
Yeah.
done pretty immediately through the CIA. So
That's true. So yeah, I mean, if she needed to disappear, he would have used whatever he needed to get her gone.
Hmm.
But obviously, I think seeing as she is an asset, probably wasn't even his idea. But someone else higher up would have established some sort of communication so that she could, like, they're the only ones who know where she is, and like they've given her a new identity or whatever.
okay,
But we can connect to her if we need to.
gotcha.
Seeing as
gotcha.
she does have all that information that she.
So basically, almost
privy
like
to.
yeah. So you get her set up with a new life, new identity.
She's in a safe house somewhere.
Yeah, but like in a sort of more open witness protection sort of situation where you're still monitoring her,
Yeah.
but she's
Well,
allowed
not
to.
monitoring her, but like we can it's like, don't throw this phone away. We'll like, if we need you, we'll call you. But like,
Yeah,
we're not going to actively monitor her. I don't think.
Well, I mean,
I think
monitor
she's a
in the
threat.
monitor her in the sense that that you know where
Yeah,
she is,
yeah.
you know how to get a hold of her.
Yeah.
You're not just sending her off to the wind. So yeah, I mean, and I'd imagine you guys thoroughly debrief her and sort of pass that in whatever information you get along to the BSAA.
Mhm.
So yeah, the BSAA gets a fair bit of intel out of her. So obviously, with taking on the job, this is now being the Feliciano, what was once the Feliciano estate, what was once what you guys read in the newspaper clippings as a symbol of fear and terror to the Chicago population, is now being converted into a new camp for the BSAA. And taking the job as supervising officer at that camp, they do actually give you some input. They're like, yeah, is there anything you want to name it? Or should we just throw that over to the think tank?
BSAA, the Clancy branch.
Well, we'll just call it Camp Clancy to stick with
Yeah, that's good.
the
Camp
pattern.
Clancy works. I didn't know how they actually named the rest of them. So.
All right.
Yeah, Clancy. Yeah.
Camp Clancy
That
it
works.
is. So, with the newly christened Camp Clancy instated under the BSAA's supervision and jurisdiction and ownership, you take your position there. You put your house up for sale. You move to Chicago, the town in which you were born and raised, and are now here once again, now as a commander of a base of operations for a large military organization. And now, with this new position, Cambria returns to her work in the NSA. Of course, follows up with you regarding this whole incident. After all, it was pretty strange for her going on what she thought was just some soul searching and ending up in all of this, and then you getting dragged into the mix. But with this now behind you, and again returning to your hometown, and putting this estranged father figure that you never knew you never wanted behind you, start looking towards the future. And that's where we're going to end this arc.
Oh yeah.
Camp Chauncey. Camp Clancy?
Camp Clancy.
Camp Clancy.
Camp Clancy.
Gotta write that down. So
That's dope.
yeah, I mean, like, if this sticks around, just like whoever, just like you're gonna be like long dead, and Camp Clancy will still be running people around.
Yep.
Yeah. So, wow, that was quite a exciting ending.
Yeah.
So
Oh, so ready.
that's gonna be it for this story arc. So as usual, we'll be going on a bit of a break. For at least the next month. Recharge our batteries, make sure I have time to prep new material for the next arc, and before continuing onwards. I just wanted to mention a couple of post game announcements here. And I guess, yeah, some of this is, I was mainly just wanting to talk with you guys, but I suppose we could go over this on the stream. Doesn't hurt, so people could kind of see some of the game process and what that's like. So first of all, I just want to mention, the players already know this, but I wanted to mention this on stream. There is going to be a big rulebook update coming over the break. So, as you guys may know, this is 5th edition homebrew that we use, D&D 5th edition homebrew that we use to run this game. And being a homebrew, we have to make a lot of balance adjustments and lots of changes as we go along and play test it and learn different things. But in particular, this next update is going to be rather large, and I've already done most of the work for it. So that's going to be coming soon into the break. But for the most part, it's going to change a lot of things, but for the most part, it's going to be a heavy soldier and survivor rework. So I just wanted to make sure that's established, that when we return with the stream, Chauncey is probably going to be quite a different character in terms of gameplay.
Force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, it's going to be ridiculous. But here's another thing. I've hinted at this to some of the players, but this is an announcement for both the stream and for you guys. So I am, because of that nature, where the rulebook and the game itself has kind of changed a bit from when we first started, I did want to, over the course of this break, allow what we're going to call respec. So basically, all player characters can change one build option, essentially, that you made since creating your character. So
Interesting.
Yeah, so like because now again, I'm only doing this because the system has changed so much and there's a lot that could have been accounted for, a lot of decisions you might have made that might mean something different now, or just if you made the wrong decisions in general, you have a chance to change some of that stuff now. So basically, all player characters can change one thing about their build, just one thing that's an option. So not as far up the chain as your class. We'll say changing your class is going to be off limits, but say changing... you could change your subclass, you could change a fighting style, you could change... I guess if you're a caster, you could switch out some more, recipes or any features or anything like that, or functions as we're renaming them in the next update. Yeah, things like that you could change out.
I was going to ask, could I... what about like multi-classing? Could I multi-class Emil?
No, you don't get to control Emil anymore. Get out of here.
No, but this would have happened before.
Yeah, but it's a respec, not a retcon.
Yeah, I know.
Now,
I do have a question. Useless.
Yeah.
What if it trickles down to where it's a few things that end up getting changed from the one thing that you chose?
I mean, just as long as it's one option. Like, if you're thinking in terms of fighting style, like, that was just one decision you made at the beginning. So you could change that as your one thing, and then it would just change.
But that's going to change my universal feature that I got later on.
No, it will not. It will not, because your universal feature... We'll talk in more detail about this after the stream. But yeah, that I'll explain to you how that works. But yeah, you'll still get to keep that, and you'll just get a focus feature instead if you change it to the same fighting style. But... nonetheless, that is something that you guys have to think about. So big update coming very soon, and everybody gets one respec. Also, just to talk, give everybody on stream a little bit of a preview of what's to come. There will be no stream next week, which we wanted to make sure of that. That's part of why we did this today on a Saturday instead of delaying an entire week, because... we needed a bit of a break, and I wanted to have that Friday off. Again, Avengers Weekend, big thing for us lifelong Marvel Comics nerds. So no stream, Friday night stream next week. That's we're going to have that night off for the first time in a while. Then we're going to go through with the post-arc discussion the week after that. The Friday after that will be that. And then from there to the rest of the breaks is just going to be one-shots, which I know, Lauren, you've started working on your one-shot. And I've got one that I'm want to be running as well. So, look forward to those. In the meantime, that is going to be the end of the Feliciano arc. Until the next arc, we'll see you guys later. Peace. Squared. Have a good night. God bless.
Good night, sweet dreams. No, not good night.
It's evening enough. It's evening enough.
Good evening.
Good day and all the good things.